Stream. It's Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I'm coming to you guys at about 2 a.m. for me, which means it's 3 a.m. in New York and 12 a.m. in California. How's it going, guys? Hope you're having a fun weekend. I am, which is exactly why I'm so late tonight. So I don't expect to have a very good audience because we are starting very late. But that's okay. It could just be me and you guys. What do you think of that? Just me and you. Best friends forever. What's up, Casey? How's it going, Baron? Cardaholics Anonymous. What? That's not very anonymous of you. Your name's anonymous. See, I know who you are now. So, CGC returns came in, and I've got a box that is full of other people's cards, but I need to sort through it. I kind of already did sort through it, but I'm not ready to show it off. And I wouldn't show it off this stream anyways, because we're starting so late that a lot of people will miss this live stream, and I don't want them to miss their polls, okay? So we're not going to show those off yet. We'll show them off tomorrow. However, some of the returns were mine, and I figure I could probably show those off because it doesn't really matter because they're, they're just for me. So we got some CGC returns, and I want to show you what I got, okay? What's this? I got a notification from YouTube. I'm live. Wow. Mister, were you watching UFC? I did not watch the UFC. I did see the results. Mr. McGregor got his leg snapped, and he was talking mad trash to the other guy, and I don't know how I feel about it. I wasn't necessarily rooting for him. I'm not rooting for either side because I don't know either of them very much. But he's pretty entertaining, right, Mr. Connor? But yeah, that's crazy, huh? I wonder how that affects card value. It's kind of an interesting concept, isn't it? Because it's not like that. For Pokemon cards, it's just whatever card is most popular, right? But with sport cards, the score for that player is actually really important for the value of the card. So it's a really interesting idea. And, man, I love the idea of the UFC. It really reminds me, it's like modern gladiators, huh? Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. What's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Lou Bay's here. Wow, you guys are up late. So I was, normally we start the stream at about 12 a.m. for me. And that's because that's when my wife goes to sleep. But she didn't go to sleep till much later tonight. In fact, she's just now going to sleep. We were spending some quality time together. Wink. And I couldn't say no to that, so we're about 2 hours late. Yep, it's about how long it takes. What's up, Play Clips? He says, good morning. How's it going, Cheese? I almost got sad. Hello, Mr. Wink. Mister, I've now got the Master Ball. Oh, my God, Scotzard, you're like super... Oh, man, I swear to God, I need to take a day off and just focus on doing little things like adding emojis and adding the rocket ball for people who have been a member for a year. I need to do that really bad. Raphael, he says, you're killing me, mister. You're killing me, Anakin. Lendog says, were you getting some, mister? Well, I was getting some Pokemon. Josh says, working 5 hours, but it's worth the watch. Oh, Josh, I don't know. You can always watch the live stream after it's occurred, so if you need to get some sleep, you better get some sleep. 2 hours to lay, oof, rub her, what? Her toes. That's right. Well, I was rubbing her feet earlier. Alex says, no! Man, I should get some more thumbnails with her toes. I think those thumbnails do really well. Okar says, mister, I was asleep till I got the live notification. What's up, Mr. Dave Charmander? He says, good morning. Love the late night stream. It's super late tonight. Yeah, it's more of a morning stream. Jason Brown says, how many people are in the large now, mister? Let me go look. 1, 2. We added Jeremy Helmstadter, and Jason Brown makes 4. So that's 4 out of 19. Which leaves 15 left. You wait until the last second? A lot of people wait till the last second. So I was just explaining to the people who were here early that CGC return has back. We have a box full of other people's cards, but we won't be showing that off until tomorrow night's stream, which I hope to start at a normal hour. These cards here are mine, and so I want to show you some of the cards that I was sending off to CGC. We have Dark Raichu, 8.5. Now, I vaguely remember the idea of this submission. Back then, I wasn't really doing very many CGC submissions, and I'm actually considering adding something like SGC or GMA to the number of companies that I will submit cards to, because PSA is still in lockdown, and I'm still wanting to grade my own cards, but that looks like it might take about 1 month before I'll be close to sealing the deal on grading my own cards. So I might consider doing a GMA submission just for fun and just to learn a little bit about GMA. Well, anyways, the idea with the CGC submissions is I knew none of these cards were 10. These were all cards that were in a sort of B pile of mine, and the B pile are cards that have no shot at a 10. And I figured, why would I send them to PSA to get a non-10 grade when I can send them to CGC, get them back faster, and pay less money? And back then, CGC was cheaper. CGC now has gotten considerably more expensive. It's almost tripled in price, CGC has. But back then, CGC was actually quite cheap. So I sent off this little submission full of actually decent vintage cards, and they're coming back with 8s and 8.5. So it's kind of interesting. I've been thinking of getting back into Pokemon. What set do you think I should start with? Your favorite set, mister. Here's Clefairy. So here's Clefairy. That's from base set 2. Did you guys know you could go collect base set 2 at a fairly good price? Because people don't really collect base set 2 for some reason. Yeah, base set 2 just doesn't go for very much. I get it. Mr. didn't want to compete for audience with the UFC. Oh, yes, that it. Mr. Mime. So here's Mr. Mime Hollow from Jungle. He's an unlimited Mr. Mime, 8.5. Now, and again, I want to point out, these are roughly the same grades that these cards would have gotten with PSA. I believe none of these were going to have a shot at a 10. Well, actually, this looks pretty nice. No, because he's scratched on the front. It's very obvious. So none of these cards had a shot at a 10, and I knew it. So if I sent these to PSA, I would have paid more for the 8 that they were going to get. I would have waited longer. And so I chose CGC instead. And I'm actually quite pleased with this because here they are. They've returned. I can flip them now if I want to, or I could put them into storage if I want to hold on to them and invest, that's what I'm doing with the number of my cards. I'm putting them away for Christmas now. I'm going to start stockpiling for Christmas. Here's Chansey, 7.5. So that Chansey won't be worth too much, maybe about 40 to 60 bucks if I had to guess. But here's another Chansey, and this one got 8. Ooh. I scored a $1 store 10 today. What? Buy the dip. Here's Dark Gyarados Hollow. Ooh, Dark Gyarados Hollow. Alakazam base set got 6.5. And you can see, look at this. You can see that a lot of these are fantastic unlimited hollows. They will be very affordable for people who want to get into collecting graded cards that are not shockingly expensive. You know, there's people in that price range. They can't afford a $1,000 card. A lot of these, if you get them first edition, if you get them hollow first edition 10s, they're going to cost like between $1,000 and $5,000. So most people would, you know, if this was PSA 10 for Alligator, he'd be like 5,000 or something, you know, it's some ridiculous price. Whereas if you get him unlimited and you get him 8.5, he's going to be like, I don't know, maybe like 100, 120. Depends. I have to look them up. This is a really nice one. Man, some Pokemon cards are just better looking. Blaine's Moltres. Always love that card. We should open more Gym Heroes just for that card. Here's a non-hollow Dark Charizard. It's a Dark Charizard from Team Rocket. You know, it's really interesting. The Team Rocket set, for their non-hollow rares, they just took the holographic cards and made them non-hollow. But for the Gym Heroes Gym Challenge, they started having like a separate set of cards. You know, like they weren't just the same card but non-hollow. They would actually be a totally different card, like Nidoqueen. Giovanni's Pinsir, Giovanni's Nidoqueen are an example. There's more. Sabrina's Gengar, that's a rare non-hollow. That's for like the gym challenge, right? They didn't do that. They didn't do the trick where it was just, they would take the holographic cards and make them non-hollow. Did my music stop? Oh, my music stopped. Weird. Well, anyways, here's the other half of the pile. We got a really lovely Sabrina's Gengar 8.5. Wow. And I guess I graded these for fun. They got the same grade. That's Squirtle and Charmander, both 8.5s. Now, these are Japanese, and I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys don't have this. Oh, there we go. My music's back. Weird. I didn't hit play. Mister, I would like to say you're my best friend. What's up, Okar? I'll be your best friend. What does that mean? Does that mean you send me Pokemons? No, it means the other way around, right? Fortress, look at this Fortress. So he won't be worth very much at all. Fortress isn't super popular. He's probably like a $60 card. Now, look at these. Mister, are these going to be for sale? No, these are all going to be saved and put into the live custom boosters. So I'm going to need fodder for the live custom boosters, and these will be going out that way. Dark Golbat, these won't be for sale directly. I just want to have something available for the live customs, because every single night I hand out maybe 2 to 3 slabs through the live customs. Look at that Dark Blastoise. Oh, speaking of which, I think Mr. Cheese wanted to sell me a Dark Blastoise, wasn't it? So here's a Blastoise from base set 2. Ooh, man, that looks nice. Here is a Blastoise from regular base set. That's an 8.5. Now that's actually probably getting a little bit of expensive. I don't know how much he'd cost, but probably about 300 if I had to guess. Opal, so Opal got a 9.5. I don't know if Kara Nichols would be interested in this, but this is a This is a trainer card, so she might be a little bit interested. Here's a Dragapult 9.5 Japanese. What did it lose on? So these got subgrades, all of them. Look at that, corners, edges, surface, centering. Wow, tough grading, huh? How long ago was this submission? It was pretty old. This is an old submission, so if you've submitted maybe even the last 4 months with me, you were not in this one likely. This is a very, very old submission. Bolton 9.5. Here is an English Raikou, got a 9.5. And Rayquaza got a 9.5. Okay, so we got a number of gem mints in there. But most of this was old vintage stuff. And it primarily got 8s and 8.5s. There was like 1 7. And that doesn't surprise me at all, because when I sent these out, these were all from my B pile. Except for those few modern cards you saw there, all these vintage cards were in my B pile. I knew that they weren't going to grade for very well at PSA. I saved money by sending them to CGC. I expected them to sell pretty close to the PSA price anyways. And CGC has proven itself to be a company that has very tough grading, which I think is a good thing, because it means when you buy the card, you know that it's probably at least the value of a PSA 8. By the way, I really like these slabs. One day I would like to have slabs like these that I could encapsulate. I really would like to have these slabs to encapsulate with. These are, without a doubt, they're superior to the PSA slabs. So I'm very curious about those slabs, but we'll figure that out one day. I'm so interested in getting into card grading. Very, very interested. So let me go ahead and make some room on the windowsill here. Oh, God damn it. I'm making a mess on the windowsill is what I'm doing. Give me a second. I just knocked over a pile of like baseball cards. Why do I even have these? I should just throw these in the junk box already. For some reason, I think I'm gonna like sell them or do something with them, but they just, honestly, they just sit there. Should just give them all to Eddie Petty. All right, move that around. Now these are gonna go on the windowsill. I think I have to raise the blinds here. I'm raising the blinds up a bit. Cut them. I could cut them. I think that would dull the scissors a bit. I appreciate you guys hanging out and seeing those CGC slabs with me. I think that was really fun. And we're ready to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We got a little ranty yesterday, but we don't have to be ranty tonight. We can just focus on the cards. And I'm ready to open up a zillion cards. Of course, we probably won't have that much traffic because we started so late. A lot of people have gone to bed already, especially on the east side. They're probably already asleep. Let's talk about toes. Toes. James says, I fell asleep. Any of the submissions taken over yours? Still no update on the August one? Yeah, you know, I haven't been paying attention to PSA anymore, but they have been taking a ridiculous amount of time. What was the rant about? Oh, we were talking about a variety of things. We talked about the minimum wage, and I was trying to explain how when you raise the price of minimum wage, but you don't raise the productivity of the minimum wage workers, then the cost of goods go up because minimum wage workers then have more money to spend. And because they have more money, the demand for goods go up because they spend that money. And then, so the person selling the goods raises his prices, he makes more money, and then he turns around, takes that money and invests it or buys a home, and then the price of housing goes up, which just creates this continuous cycle. So I was trying to explain to people that raising the minimum wage isn't a solution to poverty. The solution to poverty is to be more productive, which means getting a better job. And for a lot of people, that's attainable. You can do that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. We do need minimum wage. We need maximum tax. What? Not really, mister. Everyone just loses their money on paper handing. Handing? Okar says, what would your grading grading complied prices be, and what would you use to grade? That is all still up in the air. I have no clue. But I'm very interested in card encapsulation. Biden and Harris have been taken out of office. Dude, what? What are you talking about? All right, I'm refreshing. Hey, mister, I've been working night shifts, so congrats on 20K. Oh, thank you very much. We get a lot of nighttime workers in this live stream. Mister, any more CGC returns? Yes, I have a whole box of CGC slabs from other people from a long time ago, okay? So if you submitted recently with me through CGC, then your card is probably not back. But these are from a long time ago, and we're going to show them off in the next live stream so that our full regular audience is here. We started very late tonight, but we want to make sure everyone's here so that they can enjoy seeing their cards come back, okay? So Digimon tonight? No Digimons tonight. I haven't ordered any Digimons. Wow, but it looks like somebody's put in a few heavy orders, so let's find out what's going on with that. It looks like a few big orders came through. Let me just see. So what's today? It's the 11th. Give me a minute. Where did we stop yesterday? So here's a Donovan Peacock. What was the last order of the night yesterday? Does anyone remember? Hold on, let me find Donovan Peacock first. Maybe we did miss Donovan Peacock's order from yesterday. Give me a second. He was saying his order might have been missed. Placed an earlier order. Okay, so I think we have an order from Mr. Donovan Peacock. Give me a minute. This is real tricky. See, the problem is we stream so late into the night that let's say we finish at July 10th at 4 a.m. yesterday. Well, then tonight, people are placing orders already, and the orders would still be from July 10th. So it's actually kind of confusing. So give me a minute. So we got an order from Evan Shea, and I think this was the last one of the night yesterday, and it was for a Cosmic and a Matchless. There's a Cosmic Zatu, so I think that was his. And then, so I think the first order of the night could be Mr. Donovan Peacock. Is that right? Give me a minute. Then we got George Smith, Sven Krill. Are these all pre-orders? Here's Mr. Dave Moeller. All right, cool. So I believe we are starting with Donovan Peacock. I just want to make sure, because this order he's asking for, it looks confusingly similar to another order. Biden kissed me inappropriately. Mr. Donovan Peacock. We are getting started, everyone. He ordered 15 Matchless Fighters. Let's start there. We're going to get all the Matchless Fighters together. Biden was on a depend... Oh, give me a second. I need to go get a pair of scissors. Left them over here with my energy drink. Ooh. Oh, man. Those energy drinks, man. Got a little energy drinks powering me tonight. Trump showed up in my fruit bowl. What? So we're getting started with Mr. Donovan Peacock's order. All right, and can we find this bag real fast? Let's find this bag. I just want to take a look at this bag, make sure I'm not repeating this order. Okay, none of there. Now the good news is I got a lot of shipping done. So a bunch of guys that were waiting for their shipping went out. So that's good. Got that done after yesterday's stream. Of course, I've always got shipping to catch up on, but I had some that I was real behind on. Where even is this bag? Begins the search, the bag search. Well, I don't even see his bag. Does it say he need a new one? He says, been around $140 since a good pull. Man, we really need a good pull for him then. But the question is, where did I put your bag, Mr. Donovan? Is it back here? Maybe it's back here with the NFL stuff. John Lohman. Here, let me grab the whole box. I need a new bag. Oh, there we go. Woo! Vital information. Be sure to include that information, guys. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 there. Ow. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we got 15 Matchless Fighters. Let's get you a hot pull out of there. You also want 2 live customs. Hopefully draw some luck on live. Been about 140 since a good pull. So, also, you're supposed to get a default pack. Give me a second. Forgot to add that. So here it is. This is the bonus pack. Pack number 1 is Suspicious Food Tin, and pack number 2. What's this? What's this? Number 8 PSA 9. Oh, 81 PSA 9. I see. Let's see. Ah, that's right. It's this card. First edition Full Heal Energy from Team Rocket. All right, so you got that for closer to $20 if you think about it, because you got this card too. You got this booster pack for free. So you got that for about 20 bucks. I think that's pretty good. Oops. All right, we got your name down. Now, it is only PSA 9. It is only an energy card. But you know how I feel about energy cards. Now, what else did you want? So he says 2 life customs, 15 matchless fighter. Let's get these open. Let's get these open. You know, if this Shining Star pack has a Charizard in it, it's going to be your best pack ever. Snip. No one liked my what's cracking joke. Mister, are the live customers from the night before, or are they refreshed? They've been updated. They've been refreshed. That's typically, I see that as a good thing, actually, because I kind of tailor the packs to be, I would say fun. And when the packs are half spent, I don't know where things have been left off and if there's anything fast and easy to pull out of the box. You know what I mean? I tend to put, well, I won't go into any details to spoil anything, but I'll just mention that it's better for you guys when I reset the packs. Right off the bat, Galarian Slowking. How about that, Mr. Donovan? All right. Well, hey, maybe you're going to hit 2 pulls then. So I bet you that was from the previous box, and we dipped into a new box. So let's see. So that's Beedrill. Tonight we're playing Who's That Pizza? Mister, where do you buy your shiny star? From Patrick Starr. Here's Dracovish? Arctivish? I never get his name right. I'm Donovan's biggest fan, says Unusual Chicken Dinner. Oh, my Lord. Here's Moltres Kaka. Who's that Zaddy? Da-da-da. She says, I think that's Nickelback. Here's Urshifu. Holy. That's a hot one, maybe. Maybe not. Beedrill. Bzz. Oops. Get that pile fixed. What is Magic the Gardening? Magic the Gardening. Blaziken. Do. This music is so dramatic. All right, there we go. Woo! We're going to have to get a new junk box in a moment here. All right, what do we got? Not a Charizard. That's Station. And it's kind of a cold one. So you've got Eternatus VMAX. One Eternatus VMAX. It could be worse. You got a VMAX. Could be in Doodoo V. Which, yes, that would be worse. Mister, any of the slabs for sale? How's it going? So these slabs in the background are just for showing off tonight. These slabs are slabs of mine that I'm a big fan of. That cost me quite a bit of money to pick up. So you got Lugia 10, Game Boy Lugia 10, Game Boy Rocket's Mewtwo. As Rocket's great Mewtwo. And then Neo Genesis Typhlosion, which I think he looks really pretty. He is really pretty. Look at this graph. Can we play Who's That Digimon? Do. Oh, man. Mom, I only want Pokemon. Digimon is stupid. Now, Timmy. All we can afford are Digimon. They're basically the same. No, Mom, they're not the same at all. Do you guys ever get tired of that voice? I get tired of the voice, and I'm the one doing it. All right, there we go, Mr. Donovan Peacock. Turn that down a few. Next up, we have Jeff Leon. He says, 1 live custom, 2 Chilling Rain, 2 Eevees, 1 McDonald's. No need for reverse hollows. Why, thank you, Jeff. So first of all, he says 1 live custom. Let's start there. You got Krogunk. Grunt. More like garbage, mon. 2 Chilling Rain. 2 Chilling Rain. All right. 2 Eevees. All right, 2 Eevees. Give me a second. Ugh. Gotta make sure we read it right. 1 McDonald's. Old MacDonald had a Pikachu. Pikachu. Use public shame. Pikachu tweeted about your past. It's super effective. We crave Digimon every day, but Mr. Blue Balls us. Oh my gosh. Digimon? I don't know, man. All right, Chilling Rain. Woo! Steep. So, Mr. Jeff Leon, I had a Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito with jalapeno salsa. Man, I haven't been to Chick-fil-A since I moved. It's been 2 months of no Chick-fil-A. Dinah Tree Hill, well, those were cold. How about the Eevee Heroes? Agumon, I choose you. Here's Zoroark. And, oh, Flareon. That's so hot, mister. All right. That was a good round, all because of him. And finally, whoop. That was a good round. You got the Pikachu, dude. Look at this Pika. Damn, that's very lucky. Wow, he just casually snipes a Pikachu out of the box, huh? These are Japanese cards. We're going to toss them down here. You snipe a Pikachu, huh? Who was that for? Jeff Leon. That's your lucky night, because that card is like the chase card. He's like pulling the Charizard. All right. Mr. Jeff. What is this epic Poke luck? Jet. That's not him. How about up top? You must be up top. Jeff Leon. Oh, Jeff, you pulled Bo last time. How you getting all these snipes, man? Mister, we are the kids of America. We want our Digimon. What? All right. Toss us back up here. You donated your hollows. I appreciate that. Next up, we have George Smith. He says, I like to get my Galarian Moltres V Alt-Art graded. CGC Tier 2 subgrade. Good choice. I would do the same thing. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the CGC submitted channel? I finally added the list in there. Look at this. It's Galarian Moltres. And we have our sleeves back here. Ooh, so fancy. So very fancy. What a nice card, man. That's going to be for George Smith. And up here we're going to say C2+. Gantu, what's up, Gantu? Fantastic, man. So you can pull this card out of Chilling Reign in English. And this would be like the equivalent of pulling the Charizard, right? A little box needed. There we go. That's better. Wait a second, I missed it. You want the what? Add the Pepe Musk emote to YouTube. You boomer? You want Pepe Musk? Go ahead and fix this. There we go. They're just going to slide back down? Don't slide back down. There we go. That's nice. All right, so they're sitting up. Next up, we got Sven Krill, who says, 2 NFL Prizm draft pick. Here you go, Mr. Sven. Oh, Mr. Sven, you get the wonderful Prizm cards. He wants an Eevee Heroes. Ooh, Eevee Heroes. Eevee Heroes. Snipe, snipe, snipe. All right, Eevee Hero. Oops, Eevee Heroes. 1 live custom. 1 live custom. Pharaoh. Kaka! I'm sorry, that's not a crazy one. All right, he says I got a bag, so let's see what happens for him. Hashtag Digimon is the future, huh? I don't know about that, Mr. Alex. Sneep. Mr. Rocket Suicune is my chase card. Rocket Suicune, who's that? Never heard of that one. What do we got? We've got Dak Prescott, Jerry Jeudy, Jarrett Stidham, Trey Lance, and All-American Hamilcar Rashed. Hamilcar? Wait, I want a Hamilcar. Here's Trey Lance. Whoop. Cut them. What? Trey Lance is a good one. Says slight sippage. Nice. Glad to hear that. So over here we have Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Rashad Bateman Crusade. Ooh. Trevor Lawrence rookie and Justin Fields rookie. All right. Oh, mister. Trevor Lawrence. Is he like a big deal? What's up with Trevor Lawrence? Rashad. Damn. And Saquon. Who the heck is that guy? Has anyone pulled away from the NFL packs? Not yet. Keep trying. Here's Swampert. All right, 1 Swampert. Cool. Oops. Are the prices in the description including shipping? Yes. So the price of shipping is already included. If you're international, though, international buyers will need to pay an additional $14 for shipping, okay? These names are like the opposite of name dropping. I'd be so happy with that last football pack. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? So Mr. Sven, he's in here. Sven Krill. Alex says he was #1. Who was #1? Next up, we've got David Muller. Hello, David. 2 Chilling Reign, 1 Shining Fates, 1 Hoops. 1 Hoops 21, and 1 Prizm Football. Okay, so here's a Prizm Football. Okay, and here is a Hoops. Okay, we got the Hoops. We need a Shining Fates. Okay, got Shining Fates up here. And 2 Chilling Reign. Ooh. Do you ship everything regular without tracking? Just curious, says Catch a Card. Well, I try to do tracking for every card. What I do is I grab your PayPal email, and I include that email number or email address as the address to send the tracking to. So as long as you're paying on... Oh, I'm almost down to penny sleeves. Give me a second, I get penny sleeves. Give me a second. Yeah, I try to ship everything with tracking. On a rare occasion, we can't do that, but almost every time we can. So... Ah, shoot. All right, give me a second. It's going to take me a minute to get some more penny sleeves, guys. I really got to dig into it this time. All right, penny sleeves for everyone. All I had to do was make a huge mess over here. Freaking penny sleeves. All right, here we are. One of those surprising expenses. You said you figured it out, but did you ship my cards? I sure did, yes. Yes, your cards are shipped. Whew. What was going on is you put your name down as like Keith Dutcher or something like that, but your PayPal is Ralph Dutcher. So I was looking for a Keith, but all your bags and stuff were marked under Ralph. So I was looking in the K box, and I need to be looking in the R box. All right, NBA Hoops, Sneep. And NFL Prizm, Sneep. All sneeped up for Mr. David Muller. I'm starting to think the NFL packs just don't have waifus either. Ah, man. Mister, did you find my stuff to ship? What's up, Killjolts? I sure did, and it already went out. Okay, so it's on its way right now. Yeah, your cards are on the way. Expect them in the next few days. David Johnson. We got Josh Allen. Justin Fields Crusade. I think those Crusades cards are like the chase cards. Devonta Smith and Rashad Bateman. You can get me penny sleeves. Yeah, I might make a penny sleeve purchase from China in a minute here. The penny sleeves are cheapest if you're getting them straight from the manufacturer in a large quantity. It's morning in India. Hello, India. Gotta catch entire ETB better if kept it as a part of my 5 other boxes? What are you talking about? What do we got here? You love the Super Mario World music? Here's to Aaron, Mike, Nika, something, Seth Curry, Brandon. Oh, this is good, actually. So we get a lot of these lights, camera, action cards, but they're very often not holographic. You got a holographic one. So this is Chris Paul. It is not a numbered card, though. You also get Cassius Winston and Trey Jones. Yeah, those are almost never hollow. Very good. And that came out of your NBA Hoops pack. Now for the Shining Fates. Oh, Shining Fates. We've got Luxio, Chilling Reign. I opened an entire ETB. Best card was Dreadnought VMAX. I'm sorry. That sucks. Last pack. Ooh, Celebi VMAX. I like this card. Yeah, Celebi VMAX. Definitely one of the best VMAXs out there. There's, you know, Sword and Shield's been out for a while, and they put a lot of derpy VMAX cards out there, but Celebi is probably always going to be fairly popular. Celebi is a popular Pokemon. Mr. David. Now, do you need a new bag as well? I can't remember, Mr. David. Did you need a new bag? Here's Devin and Christopher Martin. They don't need new bags. Dustin Carpio up top. We're getting you a new bag. I might have botched my what? My PayPal order, so watch out, says Orange Jesus. Could you explain what you mean by botched? Did you calculate your order wrong? Okay, we're going to write down David Muller. When the next toilet paper shortage hits, you could use the leftover bulk. That's true. All right. I'm going to put you up top because we are out of room on the bottom. Alex Trailer. Who's that guy? 4 Eevee Heroes. All right, you got it, Mr. Alex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Alex. Holy. Slab prices? These slabs are not for sale. These are just being shown off, okay? So these are my slabs. They look really pretty, don't they? Maybe I should rotate them. Let's see what we get next. Ooh. So many cards to show off. But I like this a lot. That's plain Moltres. Dragonite. Umbreon. That's pretty good. I like Umbreon. Do you like Umbreon? Umbreon's alright. Speaking of which, we're opening up some Eevee Heroes. How much is the Opal? 9.5. You know me so well. That is a good question. I didn't take the time to look it up, but you can look it up on your own if you'd like. I can take a look at it real fast soon if you want. How many live custom boosters are in the box? Ooh, good question. I couldn't tell you that number, but it's a decent number. 50 maybe? 50 to 60. All right, here we go. We've got cold ones. Hot ones. No, wait, those are cold. What was my first PSA slab that I ever purchased? It was PSA 9 Dark Hypno from the Rocket set. So the first slab I ever bought, I only spent $50 on. And I even thought back then that that was a lot of money. I was like, I'm crazy. Oh, Mr. Alex Trailer, that is a tough round. Just one Entei. I'm sorry. Okay, not in there. We're going to find your bag now, Mr. Alex. I should have a bag, mister. My Lugia slabs came today. Beautiful. I'm glad to hear it. And we'll have to combine your bags in that case. Just a matter of locating the second bag. There's so many bags on the table at this point. The overflow bags are the hardest ones to deal with. Like, you never know where they are. I don't have like a... Is this it? I don't have a system for overflow bags. I mean, I sort of do, but it's mostly reliant on me memorizing their location. And they're only in a few places, but there's so many of them now that... And they're constantly rotating. So it's hard to know who's where. James O'Brien, he says 3 NBA hoops, 1920. All right, you got it, Mr. James O'Brien. So here's one. You want the hoops? I want the hoops. Oh, so we are very nearly out of hoops. When does the 25th birthday set launch? Right now, mister. I want my 25th anniversary cards now. Hoops. I'm having a problem looking up the price. Can you quickly look? You're having a problem looking up the price? What? As if. All right, so. Give me a second. All right. So here's how it is. That's the cheapest English one. This one's Japanese right above it, but I have an English one. So that's $225 for a PSA 10. Now I'll take 10% off because it's a CGC 9.5, but that's all I'm willing to go because honestly a 9.5 CGC is basically a PSA 10. So 10% off of $225, what would that be, like $22 off? So about $200 for that one. It's a bit pricey, isn't it? Yeah, it's a $200 Opal. Opal. You got Fates? I do actually, yes. I have a fresh case of Fates. I just opened it. Okay, it's a totally fresh case. Which Metallica song is this? Sneep. Yeah, that's too much for me. Damn, sorry. No problem. Yeah, it's a pricey slab, isn't it? All right, here we are. This is for James O'Brien. You start out with the regular LeBron James, but I think we sleeve this up, don't we? Because he's a popular player. All right, we got Drew. Here's RJ Barrett and Dennis Smith Jr. Holy, I don't know, man. Dennis Smith Jr. Isn't that like the $5,000 one? I'm just kidding. I have no clue. All right, pack number 2. Here's Aaron Holiday, Sergey Ibaka or something, Grant Williams, and Quinn Cook, special chrome. I love LeBron. LeBron James. It's LeBron James. All right, here we are. Maybe you should date the bags when they are new. Would help to know. By the way, mister, that was me on Discord. Sorry for not seeing your message. No problem. Is 280 good price for Altar Rayquaza? Sure. Rhodion's Kevin Knox, Marcus Morris. Well, this doesn't even look like a special holo. Here's Nikhil Alexander Walker. All right. That might have been a bit of a cold pack. Yeah, no numbers on that one. Now, I don't get it. Is this one not a special card? Just a regular holo. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got a bit of a dud pack there. Not a special chrome holo. Those were all cold. You just got the one hit, Mr. Nikhil. I would wait. Alex prices will most likely drop. I don't understand value with these sport cards. All hoops 2019 are holo. What? Mr. James O'Brien, where did I put your bag last, huh? Mr. James O'Brien. I think I put you on the side or something. That's what I think. You don't need a new bag, do you? Let's see. I don't think I've shipped you. I think you had a really fat bag, didn't you? Overflow, that's what I thought. So not this overflow, though. Bradley, Sam, Joseph Jaron, Raphael, Mike Hoover. I really have to have that memorized by now. So if you're not there, you must be right over here, right? We got Adam Sharp. Adam Sharp, honestly, he's taking up way too much space. Adam Sharp, I should just ship him out even if he doesn't ask. We got John Lohman. Ha-ha! Well, so your bag is too large to fit these guys in here. You're getting baggie number 2 now. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to start a fresh bag because we don't want to overfill that other bag too much. I think that's bad for the cards. Was that my cat? That box just fell over and nobody was touching it. Makes no sense. Evil spirit in the room? Box just fell over on its own. That is weird. Must have been balancing so precariously for that to happen. There you go, Mr. James. And it lagged at the same time. Definitely an evil spirit. All right, Mr. James, your other bag is in the overflow as well. Devin Kawamura, he says 2 live customs and 10 Eevee Heroes. Wow, that's quite a few. So we got 1. Oh, 2 large and 2. Spiritomb. Wow. Okay, not bad. That is a win, in my opinion, because you're picking up 2 spots for the price of 1. Well, you got 3 spots in the large now. So good luck. Hopefully you pull a hit, but you never know. It could be somebody else, right? Did you catch the auto you missed on that Star Wars pack YouTube vid? Oh, yeah, I knew it was there when I made the video. I was making the video on TikTok, and TikTok gives you 1 minute to make the video. So I saw the autograph the moment it came out. I just didn't care because the character himself, there were 2 characters that had autographs. There was the Phantom Menace guy, the little green goblin dude who's part of the Trade Federation. And then the other one was Jeremy, whatever his name. And he was also a signature card. And I didn't care for either of them. So I just kind of skipped past them. Actually, the card I liked best was the numbered Darth Vader. I think that was probably the best card that I pulled out of that set. Okay, so Devin Kawamura, you need 10 Eevees. Which Star Trek? Just making sure. No problem. Yeah, a lot of people thought that I missed it. I had not missed it at all. I just didn't care for them. So I just kind of jumped past them. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny, though, because a lot of people interact with the video because they think I've made a mistake. Those sound like really sweet cards you described. What? What are you talking about? The only cards I know are Pokemon cards. I would never cheat on Pokemon. I'm totally loyal. Are you just flexing, or are those slabs for sale? Those are just a flex, okay? We're just showing those off. Do you sell junk boxes? Yes, the junk boxes are $20 each, and they're full of junk. But they're really full. So if you want to give your kid a $20 play box, I've been told by the people who have bought the junk boxes that they're pretty amazing. People are always surprised at how much is in them. Don't lie, mister. We saw you texting Digimon. It's so funny. Now I can't find the support cards at Target. I don't appreciate this Flex Zone. Cold. Bought this back when it was cheap. That Mew. Yeah. Had the Blames Moltres. He's pretty neat. Graded that one myself. Same with the Umbreon. So these are cards that we opened and graded ourselves. What do we have here? Cold. Cold? Holy. Here's Marshadow. Leafeon. Oh, he's got a little leaf on his head. That's so nice. Look at that little leaf. Is Target open or in lockdown? Target is in lockdown, misters. Florges and whew, one more pull, Umbreon V. You got 10 packs and 2 hits, but no secret rare, huh? Where's that secret rare? Sorry, Mr. Devin. At least you got those 2 spots in the large. That was pretty good, huh? Now you've got a bag right over here. See, I go too fast. When we're not having a conversation about something deep or something controversial, I open these cards so quickly and so easily that I just get right done with this line. I get right away done with it. Steven Demas says 2 packs of Team Up. You got it for Mr. Steven Demas. Ooh. Raphael says soccer isn't a sport? Question mark. Mr. Steven. How much is that Mew? Good question. I'm willing to bet he's about $1,000. Cold. And 1 Dragonite Hollow. All right. Nothing too crazy coming out of there. Mr. Hairy or shaved Coochie? Definitely either one. But definitely shaved. All right. There we go. All right. And that's for Steven Demas. We asked that question before during a couple live streams, and the overall consensus seems to be shaven, which is interesting because that's how it always is in the adult content, like 90% of the time. Just seems to be what people want. Is it a hygiene thing? I think it's a hygiene thing, you know what I mean? No clue. Couldn't tell you. Mr. Steven, did you need a new bag? He says, I have a bag. You've got a bag? You know what? I might have moved you off to that abandoned box. Give me a second. Mr. Steven. Okay, we got St. Perez. He said don't move him off. Grab him back. Sully Flip, Solomon, Sebastian. No, actually you weren't in that group. So you must be somewhere else on the table. But I did bring St. Perez back, so St. Perez is here. So Steven Demas, huh? Where are you going to be at? Let's go looking for Steven Demas. We'll check and see if you're back here. Okay. Just looking for Steven Demas. He's got a bag somewhere. Is it really not in this box? Sven, Sylvester, Sergio, Sully, Squid Pokemon, Shooter McSweaty, Steven Demas. You know what the mistake here was? His bag got pushed to the very back of the box, and I wasn't expecting that. But it occurred because we removed a lot of those abandoned bags. So it makes sense, actually. There we go. We found you. Woohoo! Eric Kierberg. Mr. Eric. I think he's new. Eric says, 1 Chilling Rain. 1 Chilling Rain. Here you go, Mr. Eric. Oops. 1 Shining Fates. All right, 1 Shining Fates. 1 Japanese Matchless Fighters. Okay, 1 Japanese Matchless Fighters. That's for Eric Kierberg. Mr. Eric. I have a bag, says Eric. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. You must be new enough that I have not remembered your name, but not truly new. Where can I buy a junk box? Well, it's real simple. You'd pop into... I've got my PayPal address or link to PayPal in the description. You'll just open that up, send $20, and send me a message stating that you want a box, you want a junk box, okay? Okay, and those are $20. So you say, I'd like a junk box, $20. Send the $20 over. Don't send it as friends and family. Send it as, you know, buyer protection, merchandise, whatever it's called. Yeah, don't choose the friends and family option because we're not friends and family. You know, this is a business transaction. And then what'll happen is I'll use your address in your PayPal to ship the cards, okay? And if you want, in the message, you can confirm your address in the message if it makes you feel good, okay? To make sure that you get the right one. Oh, look at that. That's actually a pretty good pack. Santa Scorch and more Pecco. Holy. Double hit right there. I didn't see a list of CGC returns in Discord. Oh, that's because I'm not ready to... Oh, well, all you got to do is go to the announcement where I said, here's the CGC return. You'll notice there's a number there. Go do a search for that number in the CGC submission channel, and you'll find all the cards coming back, okay? All right, here we are. We've got, oh, Mr. Flannery Full Art. Get jealous, guys. Big hit. Woo. Very nice. That's a full art waifu. Look out. Kara Nichols is going to be like, so, you want to trade? Another Galarian Slowking comes out. Holy. All right. So who was that for? Eric, you're having some of the best luck tonight. Yeah, I think Eric has some of the best luck tonight. He only ordered, that's like a full-on snipe if you think about it. This is all he ordered. So Eric, you might have the best luck of the night. Although you know, somebody else could get better luck if they pull like the Charizard out of the Shining Fates or something like that, right? So it is possible to have a better pull than he did. That was pretty good. Just 3 packs and 3 solid hits. Eric Shives, Evan, Emily, Eric Kierberg. Welcome back, mister. So you haven't ordered in a little while. You got some really nice ones there. Whew. Very lucky. Who's next? Now we got to refresh. Now we got to refresh. Look at all those pokies. Yeah, that's a fancy looking Mew. I like it a lot. Do I have 2 of them? Look at this. There we go. Obviously, I'm a fan of that card. I'm a fan of the Snorlax 10, too. I sold one of those. I shouldn't have. Cheese says, I'm next. What? Who is next? So I'm scrolling. Oh, apparently we did not refresh. I thought I did. Put one out in a large, is that what you said? I'll probably hold on to the Mew. I really like him. He likes me. He really, really likes me. How much is a PSA 10 Mew? So this is Mew Expedition. Expedition. All right, there we are. And... oh, wow. So there's a Japanese 10. There's only one of them for sale, and it's for $2,500, which I think that suggests the price has moved up on it. Let's see, what did it sell for recently? Did it sell for that much recently? Wow. So it recently sold for marked down from $1,800. That's pretty good. Crazy. But of course, the English one looks like it sold for marked down from $30,000. So it says back here in January that the cheapest buy now for this card was $1,000. So that was back in January 2020. So now, big update, you know, update much later. We would say this is 2.4K in 721. So I'll update that for all of them real fast. Oh. That was in January of 2020. I don't think that's accurate. I think that's meant to say January of 2021, because I actually remember recently checking the prices on these. That's inaccurate. That should say 2021, I'm pretty sure. I think I just wrote down 20 because I wasn't thinking straight, but it makes no sense because I actually purchased these in, look, month 8 of 2020. I didn't buy these in 2019, I can promise you that. Yeah, I bought these way more recent. In fact, because you can even see I was keeping track of the population too. So the pop count on this card is 66 for the 10s, and I got 3 of them. So this should say 2021. I'm going to update that because it should say that. In January, it's only just 2021. Yeah, that should say 2021. All right, there we are. And it says I paid $5.50 for these. Crazy. So you're probably not used to the new year. Yeah, probably just a brain fart. Not bad. Some cards do still move up in price. That's the crazy thing. People will talk about, oh, the bubble has popped. Well, yeah, it depends on what you're talking about, though, because some cards actually went up in price, not down in price, which is contradictory to the concept or the idea that the bubble popped. And it just depends on which card. Some cards were lucky, some weren't. So if you owned a big variety of cards, you know, maybe some of them went up. Definitely the Charizards fell down in price. That was one thing I noticed. Charizards dropped like a rock in price. They were all really, really high priced, Charizard cards were. And those were probably the cards that lost the most value. The other set that really seemed to take a big drop in value was the first edition base set. That was what Logan Paul was opening. So his hype really advertised that set, and especially Charizard from that set. And the prices on those spiked. So that's just something to keep in mind for the future. You know what I mean? So like if he shows off, let's say he shows off Gym Challenge. I don't think he will. I think he'll do first edition base set again. But let's say he were to show off Gym Challenge. You could expect the Gym Challenge cards to jump in price. Maybe not so much this time. I don't know. All right. Let me finish refreshing. I want the Scream Eevee, but the prices are insane. Oh, those Scream cards. I don't know how I feel about them. They're okay. They're okay. I could have bought one. I didn't want one. So, man, that's loud. It's like it reaches a really high pitch. I'm scrolling through. Here's Erky. Now we move on to Nick Weeg. Mr. Nick, he says 4 Supreme Rivals. All right, Nick. 4 Supreme Rivals. Is Logan Paul doing another break? Not that I know of. Mr. Midnight says, why do I have to pay $25 to see if my CGC card came back tonight? Who told you that? That's not true at all. You don't have to pay anything to see if your card's coming back. All you got to do, I kind of explained this earlier, go to the CGC News channel in Discord, get the number from the announcement, there's a submission number, copy it, and then go back to the CGC submission channel and do a search for that number. It'll take you over to the submission and you'll immediately see, that that's your card, okay? You'll see if your cards were in there. You could also just wait for tomorrow because I'm going to reveal all the cards tomorrow, okay? So tomorrow's live stream will be the reveal of the returning CGC cards. And whether you're there live or whether you just rewatch it later, you'll find out if you're in it that way too, okay? So here we go. Who told you got to pay $25? Someone's lying to you. Mr. Nick. Sneep. And Sneep. All right. Mr. Nick. What do we got? We've got Demon God Toa. What? She's got a great personality. And SS Bardock Super Saiyan. All right. Pack number 2. Here's Bulma. Hope for a better future. Woo. SGC. $30 card. 2-week wait. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They're basically saying you're only allowed to buy our express grading. And I'm not really looking to express cards. I'm looking for, I mean, you could do CGC and they'll charge you less than that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Did you see Conor McGregor's fight? His leg broke. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Do you think that'll end his career? Or do you think he'll be able to fix his leg? Vegeta, Energy Fortification. Man, he must have been in a lot of pain. Those guys are amazing that they do that. Real tough. Tougher than me, that's for sure. Woo! Mr. Nick. For glorious fame and fortune. Nectaria. What, didn't he say something like, oh, your wife's in my DMs? Holy. I don't think so. Sounded like loser's words. Felt bad for him a little bit, but not too much. If you ain't a regular CGC member to submit, why would the company give you an option to check cards you couldn't even submit? So yeah, you'd have to pay $25, become a member, then you could check. What? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh. I see what you're saying. You're talking... So I thought he was talking about the CGC submission that just arrived. He's talking about how does CGC work. That's what he's talking about. I'm sorry. So you got me confused there for a minute. You're asking how does CGC work. It is 100% a career-ending injury, but I believe he will be back. He's a very resilient man. Man. He should have worn a Charizard card necklace like Logan Paul if he wanted to win. Best grading service for a first-timer. Oh, that's a great question. Any of them. But personally, I think that CGC and PSA and Beckett have the most value to them. Okay? So they will fetch you the highest premium price when you get a good grade. All right, I'm trying to scroll up, but it's not working. There we go. Johnny So Rosie, he says, Mr. 10 Matchless Fighters. I'll be back. All right, sounds good. 10 Matchless. He will be back. You kidding? Yeah, I don't know. If you break your leg really bad, what are you supposed to do? Put a steel bar in there? I don't know, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's pretty tough for him. You know, if you think about it, we're just sitting here in our homes, relaxing. I got my Pokemon cards. He's probably having a little trauma tonight, you know. He's probably depressed. He's like, yeah, my leg's broken. He's probably in the hospital thinking about how he just lost and how he's probably not going to fight anymore. He would just have to change his tactics. Leg transplant. Oh, I didn't think of that. We'll just get a leg transplant. Maybe they'll do that in the future. You can come back from an injury like that. Anderson Silva did, and so is Chris Weidman. Weidman? I guess I'd be, you know, I'd be more concerned about having a working leg. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna take my millions and walk now, sort of walk with the crutch. Street fighting now. Give him the Ligma shot. Okay, problem solved. All right, so Mr. Johnny Ceruzzi, good luck. We got a cold pack. Here's Blaziken. I am poor, but he's rich, so he's better off still. I know, that's true. We're talking about his future career. Is he going to keep fighting? Is he going to keep fighting? And I don't know, man. He just needs a slugma shot. Can he still do UFC? I don't know. I don't know. See, if your leg's already broken one time, there's no way it's going to come back stronger. So it's probably prone to being broken again. Especially after he got hit when he was down with his leg broke. That's enough. That's enough to come back right there. What? Cold. Now he needs the Rookity shot. Here's Arctozolt. Talk him to the clinic by Sawcon. It's never the same, says New Gen. How much is that Umbreon, mister? The Umbreon's just for show and tell. Cold? All right. That was for Mr. Johnny Ceruzzi, and I'd say that's a pretty tough round, Johnny. I'm sorry. Johnny, that was a tough round. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Johnny. Mr. Connor will come back. He's very tough. How else would he have been the first person ever to hold 2 world titles? I don't know, man. He must be so tough. Wes Donini, he says, 4 battle styles. You got it, Mr. Wes. 4 of them, huh? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are you opening Chilling Reign? I sure am. I'll open Chilling Reign for anyone that wants Chilling Reign. We've opened up a lot of Chilling Reign, actually. Sneep. 1, 2. Chilling Reign is pretty hot right now. 3, 4. All right, we got our 4 packs of Battle Style. There we go. Woohoo! Here's Dottler and Urshifu. Woohoo! You should make a fake versus real card video. I think I did make something like that on TikTok a while ago. I don't think it was a fake versus real. I think I was just showing off fake cards. There's Entei. Ooh, Entei Hollow. Tapu Koko. And Tapu Koko again. Your favorite card, mister. Connor lost and will fight Jake Paul next. Jake Paul's licking his lips right now. He won't come back from that break at his age. Trust me, says Dave Charmander. So people have mixed opinions on it. All right, so that was for Wes Donini. Nothing too wild, Mr. Wes. Nothing too wild. But actually, you got quite a few hits out of very few packs, so not a bad pull rate. Here we are, Wes Donini. But it was Tapu Koko. Connor already has a lot of money. He won't fight Jake Paul. He gonna start fighting backwards, I heard. I'm a mod too, says Karina. Oh, really? Wow. Nice to meet you, Karina. Rudolph, holy, he wants 2 boxes of Japanese team up and live shipping. So let me think about this. So I'm sold out of team up. Wow, all right. Well, give me a minute. I need to go mark it as sold out. Holy moly. All right, so that is sold out for now. And let me go grab the 2 boxes and look around. Am I missing any boxes? I'm not. Yeah, these are my last 2 boxes. Holy. And from the other box, so this is the box I had remaining. There's a few packs in there, but just a few. I don't know if there's a secret rare in those or not. Here we are. Oh, man. So, and this is for Rudolph, right? Yeah, Rudolph Gabriel Zarate. He's got both of these boxes, and he's ready to pull 2 more hyper rares. You should open them. Oh, we're opening them. Oh, open the remaining packs. How long does a leg take to heal? Well, if you're Batman, it just takes a quick montage. Okay. He can heal a whole back in like a quick montage. He's the one who got all the hyper rares. Yeah, he had very good luck. So even if these pulls aren't the best, he's still ahead. He's like way ahead. We'll see what happens. It takes 6 months to a year for it to completely heal. Yeah, wild, man. Could we establish a Pokey ambassador role higher than that of Pokey Rich? A Pokey ambassador role? I should hire somebody to be like the Discord admin or something like that, and just he has to run the Discord. Wow, what is all this? Holy. That is 60 packs of team up, everyone. Get comfortable. I tell you what, we'll go through them 30 at a time. I think that's smarter to do anyways. You're back. Hello, back. What do you say? Why are you saying he's retired? What? He is retired, though. Who knows? Everyone seemed to like him. It's kind of interesting. Guess nobody wanted him to lose. I wonder who wanted to lose. Somebody out there wanted him to lose for sure. The other guy must be celebrating like crazy. There we go. Snip that up. I was talking to Dave. Oh, I see how it is. Mister, with your grading company, make sure to have a solid pot report established. That'll definitely bring brownie points for credibility and long-term value. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, for sure. Well, my wife and I talked a lot about that, and what we might create is a simple database on our laptop, and when it's time, we might take that database onto the internet later so that people can actually see it. I heard he was going to start a whiskey shop, but whatever the case is, I just got to start, you know? I'm not going to worry about having a perfect setup. I just got to start, and we can improve as we go. But I'm realizing I'm wasting too much time trying to figure out how to be as good as these other companies, and I just need to get started. Eevee Snorlax. Ooh. There's Eevee Snorlax. And here's a cold one. It's Bill. What's this? Charizard Hollow. Now, hopefully your boxes have 2 Charizard Hollows in them. Those are better boxes, right? Okay, cold. Leaf Blower. Cold. Gyarados. It's like this here. Cold. Oops. Moltres. Cold. If you have the graded cards backed by your wife's toys, it will also increase in value. I heard that. Yeah, that's true. Do you know when you'd start the grading setup? I'm trying to start it up as soon as possible. Today, I tried to wire the money over to the company that I'm buying the Sonic Welder from, but I wasn't allowed to. My bank won't let me. So my bank has to send me like a debit card, I guess, before they'll allow me to do such a large transfer. And then I have to like confirm that I have the card. So they have to like confirm that I'm me. So I'm just waiting for that to arrive now. That's the next step. And I need to create a logo that will go onto the slabs. Now, I was thinking about just doing the GameConomist logo, but I was thinking about doing an update to it so that it was like, you know, for card grading. So an update that denotes it as part of the card grading. How many Pokemon cards do you have? How many Pokemon cards do I have? About 4 or 5 of them at least. Oh, the alternative art Magikarp Wailord. That's awesome. Take a look at that. Are you guys jealous? Look how nice of a card that is. That card's crazy. All right. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to get a double secret rare box. Here's Amistar. Cold. Dragonite. Cold. Here's Erica. Cold. Another Charizard. It was a double Charizard box. Congratulations on that. Man, you just get only hot boxes, I swear to God. All right, very impressed. Put that down there. Very impressed. I love that card, actually. I do, too. I really like that card. I think I had a 9 of it. I wish I had a 10 of it. I'm so excited for this fight just to see my favorite fighter break his foot. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. All right, here we go. Sneep. Some people root for the underdog. His name is Rudolph. He's close to Santa. That's true. That's true. He's close to Santa. Is this box out of print? I think so. I think we could probably say Sun and Moon Team Up's out of print. But, I mean, anything's possible. So if you want to wait longer before spending too much money on a set like Team Up, you could. But, I mean, we're pretty deep into Sword and Shield at this point. Are they really going to be reprinting Sun and Moon? Maybe like the recent Sun and Moon sets, for example, Team Up. However, they did reprint Sun and Moon base, and they reprinted those for ETBs. So I guess technically anything's possible. The other thing I'd say, though, one time I watched a big reprint for Unbroken Bonds come in, and in no time at all, the Unbroken Bonds boxes were right up to their old prices. So yes, when the reprint came out, their prices dipped slightly, but it wasn't very long. And then voila, in a very short period of time, they were right back up to their high prices because the demand is so high. So I would expect this set to be out of print. It's either already out of print or it'll be out of print by next year. Maybe they'll do one more run on it. And that won't be very much, in my opinion. Charizard. Look at that Charizard. What's up, Rune? He says, hey, my man. Oh, Latios, Latios. Very nice. Just another great card in this set. You've pulled 3 Charizards now. So that's a secret rare. We'll just have to see if you got double secret rares in here. There's always a chance. It's not super common for that to occur, but sometimes it does. So you also wanted live shipping. Sounds good. Here's Eevee Snorlax. Ooh. I like that. I like the fast shipping, too. Cold. Cold. It's Bill. Woohoo! Connor is extremely rude. It creates good hype for the fight. More hype, more views. Oh, I see. Here's Gengar Mimikyu. Ooh. This is cold. He's a trash talker. That's what that means. Being rude in the UFC, that's not allowed. Cold. Here's Pikachu Zekrom. This is probably one of the best GX cards you can pull from the set. I don't know which one's better, that or the Gengar Mimikyu. I really like the Gengar Mimikyu artwork, but the Pikachu Zekrom artwork, oh man, that's good. It's so cool looking. Little Pikachu looking all fierce. Pikachu's like a Ferrari, not a Ferrari, a Chihuahua next to a pit bull. That's what it looks like. You know. Here's Moltres. Cold. Oh, another Charizard, man. You got 4 Charizards out of these 2 boxes. Crazy. Good boxes all around. So I think out of all the boxes you opened, you did pretty well on most of them. I think you had 1 cold box, right? You had 1 box where you pulled a golden trainer, and that was your first bad box. And these other boxes were good. I mean, the Latios isn't a hyper rare, but it's still a solid card and a double Charizard out of that box, right? So check this out, guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, these are all packed fresh. You guys watched it. These all just came out of the box. And if he could pull some pristines on any of these, wham, all his money's back on a single pristine. Now, if they're just 9.5s, they're still pretty good. We've got Gengar Mimikyu, Eevee Snorlax. So, and these are the same cards you can expect to pull out a team up. Now, the funny thing is, I've got more team up on the way because I was anticipating running out. I just didn't expect to run out so quickly. Wow. I think the Magikarp Whale Lord is a really cool card, and that's a great pull. So, Rudolph, I want to see the rest of your pulls. Where do we put your bag now? We put you up top yet? Robin. Feels like we would have put you up top, but let's check in here real fast in case we didn't. Ryan, Ricardo, Russ. Wait, did we already ship you? I think we already shipped you. Was that it? I can't remember now. Here, let me check the stamps. All right, give me a minute. If we already shipped you, then you would have a name in my address book, right? Oh man, stamps running real slow. No, we haven't shipped you, so you must have a bag somewhere, right? R. Marquez. Wow, R. Marquez's bag is always the first one for me to see. Hold on, let me move this real fast. Set that down. That's real nice. We'll put this back over here. So give me a second. Dustin didn't even win the fight. Connor literally broke his foot and the fight was stopped due to doctor stoppage. I think my bag is on top. Your bag's on top. Oh, it would be in the G box, right? No. Your name would be in the R box. It must be in the R box. All right, let's try this real fast. My fart literally smells like McDonald's. Oh my God. I don't think we needed to know that. Raul. Nah, I don't see your bag. You know, I was real distracted when we were talking last night. I wonder if I set it in the wrong box by accident. Jeff, GJM, Samuel. Let's see. The S box is pretty full. Where's your bag, mister? I swear to God, there's way too many bags. But hold on, let me check this real fast. I don't even know why I'm looking this up, because I know I didn't ship you. All right, there's no point in looking that up. All right, let's go ahead and get these ready to ship out, mister. So I'll go ahead and try to locate your bag for real now. I'm just kind of lightly looking. Let's see. So this is the R box. I'll go check the R box real fast. You threw them in the burn box. Hey, mister, should I open my Univote packs? You should. Ryan, Ricardo, Russ, Ryan, Randall, Ryan Pieta. So you're just definitely not in here. And we've checked the R box multiple times now. You're just not in the R box. So you have to be in an overflow. Ramiro, Robin Arniel, Robin Escobar, and Ray. Yeah, you're just not in here. So where did I place your bag? We've got this overflow with Mr. Eddie Petty, which I'm tired of running into. Here we are. Jacob Kai, there's James O'Brien. Kokoshke. Where did I put your bag? Wait, I just checked this one, didn't I? Ricardo Lopez, or Lycia's in here. Keith Ferbert. Oh man, this is killing me. I think I'm gonna like take a day and I'm gonna create like a shelf behind me for everyone's bags and just dump everyone's bags back there. Anyone who's got a bag that's even slightly old. don't know why I would check there, but I was just curious if it was there. Fighting is the best sport out there. No teams, just true skill of an individual. That's true. So, Minister Rudolph, tell your wife to help you. Yeah, I probably could. I don't know if that's such a good idea, though. I don't want her to have to do all that work. Especially if she's not, like, super involved in it all. UFC's lame. Pokemon battles are better. That's true. Why would I not just see his card right off the bat? Christopher Martinez, Devin. So I'm thinking, even if I misplaced it, I wouldn't have misplaced it anywhere crazy. It would just be right over here. You shouldn't hold bags for more than 2 months. Yeah, well, part of the problem was we changed the way bags worked so that you would keep your hollows. And I feel like once we started doing that, it became really difficult because the bags would fill up so much. You should do what warehouses do, mister. Once a year, there's a cycle day where you just send out whatever older bags you have to clean it up. I can see how that'd be frustrating. Well, yeah, it's a little frustrating right now because I need to locate his other bags so I can get them all shipped out. Let me just look this up real fast. Give me a second. All right, so we've definitely not shipped you. I guess I can just start going through every box. That's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to find his bag. So here's Wes W, Wesley, William. Okay, not in there. Tammy, Toro Teal. Well, we already checked here. The thing is, you would be in the front of whichever box, right? You'd be in the front. Because that's generally how it works. Samuel Arrocho, Sandro Fernandez, Samuel Aguayo. So he's just not in here. Here's the R box. Ramiro Andrade, Robin. The government knows what's best for us. They're here to help us. That's true. Okay, Ryan Hutch. Wow. Miguel, Matthew Josephson. So that box isn't even full. Jeff Leon, Jack Walsh. Do you remember me saying anything like, oh, now we're going to move your bag over here? You know what I mean? Did I say anything like that when we had your bag? It seems like finding the bags is always a problem. Maybe figure out a new system. Yeah, you know, everyone kind of knew back in the day when I started this system, everyone knew this would become a problem once we had too many people. And that is exactly what we're experiencing right now. We just got so many people ordering cards. Have you guys seen the whole table? Let me show you the whole table. So those are all the bags, including those there and those on the left. Maybe it's in the junk box. You did place it on top last night, though. Okay, that's a good tip. But I just went through all the boxes up top, and I did not see it. All right, let's try this one. Cheese, Alexio, Alex, PSX, Casey, Brian. All right, not there. No, it's not. It's right here. Found it. All right. So it wasn't up top. And how did I have so much trouble seeing it? You know, I think I thought this was Jeremy Helmstadter's bag, which is what it was on top of. Oh, actually, it was on top of James Garrett's bag. It used to be Jeremy Helmstadter there. Maybe that's why I was so confused. All right, we found your bag. It was right on the side. All that trouble, and it was right there. Whew. All right, we'll just slide this into a bonus bag. Thank you so much for all the support, Mr. Rudolph. You got some really fantastic pulls in here, and I mean that. You got some very good pulls. I hope they all grade 10. Even better yet, if you send them to a company like CGC or Beckett, I hope they grade pristine or perfect. Which, you know, I think Japanese cards always have a better shot at that. I don't know if you guys have noticed that pattern, but it's generally the Japanese cards that seem to hit pristine and perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and get your label. So, Rudolph, it's very important the label doesn't get messed up. I'm just going to read off the first 2 letters of your address, okay? So, Mr. Rudolph Zarate, you have a bag that begins with 37. Or not a bag, an address that begins with 37. That's the address I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. And I'm going to go ahead and grab your email. So I'm going to be using your email from PayPal. Let me weigh the bag. Okay, I've weighed the bag. Print. I don't think you got any slabs. I'll probably check anyways. I just check everyone for slabs these days because I reorganized the slabs and it became much easier to search for them every time I ship. So I just search every time now. So you're good to go. Thank you so much for that really large order. Too bad the Japanese don't make nuclear weapons to use on China. I mean, is anyone really going to use nuclear weapons anymore? You know what I mean? Everyone's so fixated on nuclear. I bet the future of war is not even going to be nuclear. There's probably ways to shoot down a nuclear bomb and nobody wants to reveal it or talk about it. You know what I mean? That's what I suspect. I suspect every country has probably, at this point, has probably worked on ways to disable nuclear bombs before they fly all the way over. You know what I mean? Like intercept. And they probably wouldn't reveal if they had an extremely good system for that. They wouldn't reveal it. Okay. Who's next? We have... Here it is. So, Mr. Rudolph's order is done. There's a really large order. Now we have Mr. Nathan Longoria, who wants 3 darkness. Mr. Longoria, thank you for your patience. Let's get those darkness ablaze. Ooh. Satellite bombs. I knew it. The Iron Dome is epic. What's up, guys? All right, here we are. Yeah, so I'm going to guess every country at this point, because we all know how dangerous nuclear bombs are, every country has probably already worked on technology for stopping nuclear bombs and for developing a nuclear bomb that can't be stopped. So both of those things. Lugia. And I don't know if any country at this point would really... Sorry, man, they're all cold. Would anyone really use a nuclear bomb? If you're the country to use a nuclear bomb on another country, everyone's going to hate you. You know, that's the truth. Everyone's going to hate you. I think really most warfare will be of a almost political nature. Your job will be to sort of make a country look like the bad guy and then sort of cut them off from the global community. I think that's most warfare at this point. It's just of a political nature. And you're trying to get better trade deals, and you're trying to, yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, it's mostly a economic battle. But I could be wrong. I'm not saying we should get rid of our military or anything like that. But I'm saying that if you're the country to make a move on, like, the United States or on Russia or China or any of the, you know, the big countries, the rest of the world's going to be like, oh, okay, so it's wartime. You're going to get jumped by everyone. I don't know. Problem is, even if they shoot it down, it would still be harmful to our environment. Only country to use nuclear power weapons on people twice. I mean, yeah, that's true. But they were actually comparatively small to the nuclear weapons we have now. And I bet a lot of you guys didn't know this, but did you know America killed more people in the carpet bombing of Japan than the 2 nuclear bombs we dropped on Japan? So we had already done an enormous amount of bombing. And we just used regular carpet bombing. So we had already wrecked whole cities and just massacred tons of Japanese before we dropped the 2 bombs. The 2 bombs were just to show off that we had them. And that's when they quit. And they weren't even going to quit after the first bomb. So next up we have Mr. Cheese. He wants 1 live custom booster. What's up, Cheese? All right, Cheese. Have you played Fallout? I have not. Cheese, you did it! You got Tapu Smopu. Look at this Tapu Smopu. Wow, that's so nice. I'm not here to draw debate, just more curious than anything. I'm more curious than anything. So now we have David Muller, who wants 2 live customs. The hot ones. All right, you got it, Mr. Dave. You're right after him, so let's see what happens. We got Marnie on your first pack, and get nervous. I'm sorry. Also cold. Woo! Nothing like pulling 2 cold boosters. That's real tough. A lot of people go through that. The live customs are scary. Live customs are scary. You're betting against everyone else, that they are not ahead of you or behind you. Scott Stewart says 2 battle styles. Mr. Scott, you only sent $5. I'm going to go ahead and get you a refund, Mr. Scott, okay? Sprite says, I love you. I'm a girlfriend. All right, Mr. Scott, you might have paid in Canadian dollars. That might have been what happened. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and issue that refund now. Right on these nuts. Do you like right on? Next up, we have Mr. Shazox. He says, having to make 2 orders. Having to make 2 orders. What? What do you mean by that? So he wants 6 NFL Prizm in this one. I have a bag. Okay, 6 NFL Prizm. Mister, please enlighten us about Tiananmen Square Massacre. There was no Tiananmen Square Massacre. That's just Western media trying to tell you that the Chinese Communist Party is evil. They made that up. All right? Have I convinced you? Now, you will watch this in the re-education camps, and you will comply. Canadian dollars are just as special as US dollars. Mr. is a CCP operative. Mister, my Pokemons are in their Pokeballs. How much were you paid to say that? Yeah, exactly. How much were you paid? Man, how much money does Hollywood get from the CCP, Communist Party, to produce content for them, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, just 6, right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you go. You know, you guys have all heard the criticism within Hollywood. They make so much money in China, Hollywood movies do, that they're really like Mulan, for example. It's not an accident that they're working on Mulan. They're probably making Mulan because that's where the bank is right now. They're going to sell that in China. And well, that's what they worked on recently. You know, they have a lot of shows they can make, I'm sure, but they're making a lot of content like that. How about Marvel? Marvel is also, I think, a Asian superhero or something like that. So they're real focused on I think they're focused on the Chinese market is what it is. And what's interesting, and there's no problem with that, by the way. I don't have any problem with that. But what's interesting, what I understand is the Communist Party has basically, they're kind of like, what would you call them? They're like watchers. And they make sure that your content is okay for them to listen to over there. They don't want you to get any funny ideas about democracy or anything related to something evil the Communist Party might have done in the past, or maybe something bad that might be in their culture. Any sort of criticism is not allowed. So they tell Hollywood what they're allowed to put in their movies before they're allowed to sell it in China. And that's why there's all the criticism of them from all kinds of sources. A lot of politicians will criticize Hollywood over this, because Hollywood will actually ask for a bailout, you know, maybe during a recession, maybe right now, they might ask for help. They ask for all kinds of financial handouts when they have financial problems, and then they bend over backwards to sort of help out the Communist Party of another country. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird deal, isn't it? It's real bad. I think South Park actually kind of commented on this too, didn't they? They had like an episode with Mickey Mouse in China. I don't remember it. It's pretty bad. All right, here we go. Pretty bad. Who's this Justin Herbert? I'd never heard of Justin Herbert. Is he good? Here's Cam Akers, Terry McLaurin, Caleb Farley, and Caleb Farley. Oops. Yeah, Communist Party, they're not open to criticism. They took her jabs. What? There's Caleb. It was that episode of South Park where Randy Marsh says, we can get rich. We just sell our weed in China or something like that. Justin Herbert is a Chargers quarterback. Herbert did pretty good for the Chargers. He's overrated. Only good quarterbacks are Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Mister, you shut your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. So we've got Kenyon Drake. I'm a huge Herbert fan. Here's Alvin Kamara, Travis Kelce, Patrick Jones, and Kyle Pitts Crusade. Ooh. Mister, I got sick from vaccine. Am I going to get free Pokemons? That's right. Live ship now. Mister won't be around much longer after CCP talk. Oh, is that right? Yeah, it feels bad. You know, it feels like China owns you. That's what it feels like. When your own American media company sort of bends backwards to do what this country that doesn't share our values at all kind of can dictate how you edit your videos just so that you don't have any criticism of China or its policies. It's, you know, it's kind of like a servant-master relationship is what it feels like. It's kind of sad. Cam Newton, not that I had a lot of respect for Hollywood in the first place. Woo. What to do with all my energies? Grade them all. That's what I would do. Grade all energy cards. Here's Todd Gurley. He's kind of girly. Greg Rizzo, Patrick Certain, and Greg Rousseau again. John Cena speaking Mandarin. Haven't seen a decent movie in years. Yeah, what do they do with their movies? It's just made for other people, I guess. I don't know. It's not made for me. My dicklet keeps going in and out. It's a hole. All right, next pack. We've got Drew Lock, Ezekiel Elliott, Lamar Jackson, Devonta Smith, and Trey Lance Crusade. I'm melting over here. What? Devonta? You know all these penny sleeves come right over from China, right? Yeah, we're over here enjoying our card hobby, and the card savers come from China, the card graders. These, see these little plastic slabs that all our cards are encapsulated in? They're all from China. You know, we send everything over to China. It's kind of interesting. Will Fuller, Drew Brees. It's because we're not competitive in the labor market. It's because we have all the the minimum wage. Makes us uncompetitive. Devonta, it makes us uncompetitive, and then the price of goods just go up anyways. So it's like, yeah, you're not even wealthy. Here's Gardner Minshew. Ooh. Your favorite Pokemon is Shuckle, right? I have some favorite Pokemons. I'm a big fan of Magneton. Now, I like Magnezone too. He came out after I stopped collecting. So I think that his design's pretty neat. I like that he kind of turns into a UFO. But Magneton's still going to be my favorite because that's what I'm nostalgic for. Tyranitar, huge Tyranitar fan. He came out in the second games, right? Silver Gold. So he came out later, and I was a big fan of him. A lot of people were too. I like Umbreon. He's decent. I wouldn't say he's one of my top, but Umbreon's decent. I like Alakazam. I really like Hypno. I've always liked Hypno. I liked the kind of dark concept of mind control. Like, oh, wow, what does that even mean to be mind controlled? It's a really kind of evil thing. So it's a real interesting thing. And what's also fascinating is the bad guys, Rocket, would have like drowsy Hypno, right? So there was almost kind of an understanding that those kind of methods were bad. Same with like Gengar. He's definitely one of my top 5. I really like Gengar. And he was similar to Hypno. Maybe he was just cooler. And he was the ghost type that could do the same thing. He would like put you to sleep. And Dream Eater, what a cool idea, you know. They came up with the move like Dream Eater. Put you to sleep and then eat your dreams. Wow, what a very, very fun. And so those are all Pokemon I really enjoy. Shuckle's like, you know, when it comes to Pokemon, everyone has like a goofy Pokemon they like, or maybe a cute Pokemon they like. Well, Shuckle kind of, that's what I like about him. He's kind of like the goofy Pokemon. So I really liked him for that. And he, similar to Tyranitar, he came out in Silver Gold, and I remember you use something like Head Bash on a rock or Rock Smash, and then you find him under a rock. I think that's how you obtain him. So I still remember that, and I remember when he came out thinking, what a goofy Pokemon. And then you find out he has no evolution, so he's pretty funny. They go on to make fun of him in was it Dorkly? I think it was Dorkly. No numbered cards. Shuckle still hasn't evolved to this day. Rip. Yeah, neither has Dunsparce. And I don't mind if they keep it that way, but I don't think I would also mind it if they did come up with an evolution for Shuckle, as long as it was a good evolution, you know? Same with Dunsparce. If they came up with an evolution for him, I'd be okay. But it has to be good. You literally still Shuckle in Pokemon Gold. Oh, is that right? Is the Mew card for sale? He's for showing off. All right, so this is for Shizox. He says, I have a bag. All right, Mr. Shizox. Let's try and find Mr. Shizox's bag. So I have a number of favorite Pokemon. Tyranitar is pretty high up on the list. You know, I also like Kabutops a lot. Kabutops is cool. Shooter McShooty. SC Gaming. Sevflo. Shizox, you're right at the back. What's evolution? Mister, I made a second order after that. First was a gift card. I may be next as well. Oh, I got you. Kind of like Stunfisk. If you don't have a favorite dirt Pokemon, you aren't human. Yeah, like some people, you know, they like, maybe they like the Mr. Mime Baby Pokemon, right? He's just a baby type. He's not going to be like part of your party when you're going out to actually play Pokemon, but you just like the way he looks. But, so he feels like a certain category. Oh man, there's no room for you, Mr. Shizox. All right, Mr. Shizox, you're going in the overflow. Now, you said you had another order. I'll set you here for now, Mr. Shizox. Now we have an order for Mr. OSM. He says 2 Eevee Heroes. 2 Eevee Heroes. There we are. You also want a McDonald's and a Rebel Clash. Okay, let's get a Rebel Clash. Rebel Smash. Oh, here it is. Okay, we got a Rebel Clash. I'd like to ask how you've been able to afford to collect cards. Did you get lucky or did you? So, by the time I was ready to buy Pokemon cards, I'd already saved up some money. And that's because I have a successful YouTube channel called TheCardconomist. And to this day, it still earns me money. Every month that goes by, I get a paycheck from Google just because I get ad revenue from the TheCardconomist channel. That's my gaming channel. And I get to spend all that money on Pokemon cards if I feel like it. Then I got a little bit of ad revenue over here. So there's some ad revenue on this channel as well. In fact, in the last month, we had 1.2 million views. So I get a little ad revenue over here as well. I've got 2 channels getting me ad revenue. And then I get a little bit of ad revenue from TikTok. The other day I picked up like $600 from TikTok, but that took me a while to put together. So you get a little money from TikTok. Every pack I sell, there's a little bit of profit on a pack. Not as much as you think. I pay taxes on the sale, on the profit of the sale. I do all the shipping. I do all the supplies. There's a lot of supplies. When you break it down by like how many hours I work, you know, you probably wouldn't be surprised to find out that, you know, I earn a decent amount, but it's not like an insane amount. I'm not like literally rich. So I just work a lot and I don't have to pay for as much in life. Hold on, this music's about to end. So let's go ahead and repeat this. My wife works too, that's the thing. So I don't have to put all my money toward, you know, like bills. You know, she actually covers a lot of the bills on her side and she lets me just operate this channel. And so I have the benefit. She's a senior software engineer. Did you know those guys get paid a lot? So she gets paid a lot because she's a senior software engineer. And then I'm over here making all my YouTube money. And yeah, between all that, you know, I get to buy some Pokemon cards that I want. And it's a nice little thing. But I'm not like, you know, I'm not like a multi-millionaire and I don't drive a fancy car. I have like 5 shirts and 5 shorts and they're all from like 10 years ago. And I drive a little cheap Ford. And all my money just goes into Pokemon cards. I don't buy anything else. Also, I have no kids. I'm like 32. Okay, so I'm 32 years old with no kids. That helps too. It's been a while. So yeah, all those things kind of explain it. You know, it starts to make sense at that point. Show my face. I have shown my face. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and get Mr. OSM's order. He says 2 Eevees, 1 McDonald's. That's what we're missing. 1 McDonald's. Would you never have guessed Mr. wasn't a fashion icon? What? Yeah, I just have a few shirts, and this is one of them. I got my brown shirt on. I got 1 brown shirt, 1 green shirt, and then 3 Coca-Cola shirts. I didn't even buy those Coca-Cola shirts. Those were given to me when I worked for Coca-Cola. And that concludes all of my shirts. I have nothing else. So I don't have pajamas. I don't have long sleeve shirts. I don't own any long sleeve clothing. I don't own any pants. Well, I have 1 pair of pants, but I cut those and turned them into shorts recently. And then I've got like, it's the same deal. I've got a few more shorts. I have like maybe 7 or 8 shorts. So that's it. And then I have 1 pair of sandals and running shoes that I used to wear when I worked for Coca-Cola like 5 years ago. So not a dollar of my money goes into anything other than Pokemon cards. And when you concentrate your money like that, you are able to do more with it. You know what I mean? So I don't go on vacation. My wife and I don't go on vacation. But you know what we did do? We bought a nice house on the side of a lake. So think about that. You know, if you've been on a few vacations, I don't know if you have, but if you've been on a few vacations, that kind of adds up eventually. And so I'm 32 and I just don't go on vacations. It's very rare for me to go. I've been on like 2 vacations in 15 years and they cost me about $500 each. So I just don't do much and I concentrate my money really carefully. And then I end up looking kind of pokey wealthy, but that's just because I'm very conservative with my money. When I do stuff, I make sure that I do stuff that, you know, I'm just very conservative. So this is for Mr. OSM. So you're like, wow, where'd you get all those Pokemon cards? Well, I don't buy anything but Pokemon cards. Where do you think it comes from? Mister, this one homeless guy wears thongs in the same coat for 20 years. Anyone actually care about homeless? Just go camping. Who needs vacation? Plus, you might see Bigfoot. That's true. Ooh, look at Umbreon. Well, now we can go camping. We can go camping just up the road. This area is Lake of the Ozarks is a fantastic area to go camping. And there's this it's kind of like a bar, entertainment, restaurant area. And they have like this big trailer park in the background, really large trailer park. And these huge fancy trailers all come out at the same time. And they fill up the whole trailer, you know, it's not a trailer park, it's a RV park. There we go, it's an RV park. You know what that is, RV, that's like a camping car. And so people fill it up to hang out on the lake. And And so people who live out here on the lake, like myself, can go drive up to a restaurant on the water. So you can just drive your boat up to that restaurant. We've done that 2 times now. However, we're going to have our personal watercraft looked at because it was making a funny noise. Anyways, you can drive up to it and park in a parking spot on the water. And then you can climb out, go to the restaurant, and you can go walking through the RV park. It's really, really cool. And it's like, it's extremely neat out here. Every time we go out in the lake, I'm always surprised at how amazing it is. It's like, it shocks me almost. So that's for OSM. OSM. I have a bag. What do they serve there? Yeah, we ate there. They have all kinds of pizza, but I had shrimp and she had shrimp. Right, we had a popcorn shrimp and I had something called like shrimp and grits. It was okay. Just seen a face shot, not what I expected. What? I'm sorry, I know I'm not a 20-year-old girl. So now we have Mr. Shizox with another order. He says 4 more NFL Prizm. You got it, Mr. Shizox. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is for Mr. Shizox. Oh, Mister. Do you think CGC would grade painted over cards? Probably not. Mr. needs to invest in espresso machine. Yeah, well, we used to have a coffee machine, and we did use it a bit, but then we both just kind of stopped using it. And we have since thrown it away, and we try not to clutter our kitchen up. Welcome to the lake life. I live on a lake in Minnesota. This is the best part about summer. Drive your boat up, grab a meal on the lake, and drive back. Exactly. So anyone living on a lake kind of knows a similar experience. And I've always wanted to leave the state I'm in, the state of Missouri. I've always wanted to leave Missouri. And that's because it's too hot, and there's nothing to do, and there's just nothing here, right? You can go to like the Muni in St. Louis, you can go to the zoo, but once you've been to all the shows at the Muni, you're like, all right, it's just the Muni. You know, you can only do it so many times before it starts to kind of feel old, and it's real crowded too. Trevor Lawrence, you did it! So, you know, my wife and I were planning to move to somewhere like maybe Colorado. We were planning to move for a while to the Washington state because it's got a more temperament climate, a cooler climate. Now that we live on the lake, the hot temperature is actually an asset. It's actually a really good thing. So it gets real hot in the summer and you climb into that water and the water's like 80 degrees. It's so warm. It's like bathtub water. Like if you filled up a warm bath, that's what the lake's like. You climb into it and you're like, you could fall asleep in it. It's so warm. You could literally take a nap in that water. It's so warm. And it's simply amazing. It makes you want to go swimming. Makes you want to. It's warmer than your local public pool somehow. You know, it's warmer than that. So it's really, especially if you get to like shallow water, which we have. We live in one of the deepest coves in the entire lake. So we live in a really deep cove. So the water goes down real deep. But if you get to a shallow part of the lake, it gets even warmer. It's just like shocking. It's like a hot tub. Sitting in your home and looking out the lake always is therapeutic. Well, yeah, I mean, if it was daytime, I could go take you to a window and show you. I loved Colorado, but it's expensive. And that's another thing. So Cam's Video Collections mentions Colorado's expensive. This area where we're at is not expensive. We're in Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, and a lot of people just don't know about Lake of the Ozarks. I knew about it because when I was a kid, I grew up here in Missouri, and it's about a 2-hour drive from my home. And my aunt and uncle, their parents owned a house on the lake. And I've been to Lake of the Ozarks as a kid. I just thought of it as like, oh, that's a place you go on a vacation to. Trey Lance, look at this, it's Trey Lance. So, but I went on a vacation to Lake of the Ozarks already, so I was aware of it. And I never really considered it a place you move to live, because it's kind of like out in the sticks, right? It's kind of out a hillbilly side. But a lot of people have been moving here, and the population in Lake of the Ozarks has been jumping substantially because people are trying to escape the city. They're trying to escape COVID. And so the population is jumping, but the cost of living out here is still very good. So we have a beautiful house on the side of the water, and it didn't cost us $1 million to move out here. Although you could buy $1 million home if you wanted to. There's some grand mansions out on the water. Like we drove by some, we drove the Wave Runner by some of them. It was shocking. There was like this little kid, he's by this like luxurious, massive pool, and the pool is part of his mansion home overlooking the lake. And he was just watching us drive by, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I was born so poor. I just imagine being this kid. And he's born to like these multi-millionaire parents, definitely multi-millionaire. But yeah, there's these really gorgeous homes. And then there's cheaper, smaller homes. Actually, in this cove, there is one trailer. There's a trailer house yeah, or whatever, their trailer home, and it's just on the side of the lake, and it has a little walkway down to a dock on the lake. So somebody, and they probably did a long time ago, they parked a trailer home on the side of the water, and that trailer home's probably worth like $500,000 now, you know, because also the lake houses are not cheap either. They're not expensive, but they're not cheap. They're in the middle. Okay, but if you've got enough money, if you're like an accountant, if you're maybe you're a small business owner, maybe you've got some money saved up, maybe you got wealthy parents, you can move out here. It's not terrible. But yeah, so oh, and also, if you don't buy a house on the lake, if you buy a house near the lake, so if you buy a house like 5-minute drive from the lake, those houses are crazy cheap. There's a ton of cheap housing out here. If you don't get a house directly on the lake, there's a ton of cheap houses out here. And then you just drive down to a dock, and same deal. You just go swimming anyways. You know what I mean? So you can have a house with a garage to park your boat in, and just to hook your boat up to a trailer and park it in the water when you want to drive your boat. So, but that's a few extra steps. But the houses out here are extremely affordable, and that's because it's Missouri. Missouri is one of the cheapest places to live in the Union, in the United States. So what used to be something that bothered me a lot, the hot weather, it suddenly became kind of like a big advantage. And then also the fact nobody really goes to Missouri, so the price of houses are pretty low. That actually became a big advantage when we went shopping for homes out in Lake of the Ozarks. I can't imagine maybe living in like prime real estate areas in California and finding any reasonably priced piece of a home or anything. You know what I mean? Like, how much would it cost you to live on the water in California? I don't want to know. It probably costs like $3 or $4 million at the very least. That's my guess. I'm talking about on the water. You know what I mean? Maybe Hawaii is the same. Like, I don't know how much it cost. We looked at Hawaii. Buying a house where you could walk to the beach, it's probably a few million. We looked at beach houses in North Carolina. They were mostly $1 million and over. Out here, you can get a house less than $1 million, and it's literally on the water. And you don't have hurricanes at all. There's no hurricanes. You don't really get earthquakes. I've heard you don't really get tornadoes out in Lake of the Ozarks either, because some areas of Missouri you do get tornadoes. But the real estate lady was saying that this area hasn't had a tornado in like a super long time. So yeah, so it's really interesting. Hawaiian houses are in the $1 million range now, says Nick C. Well, exactly. That's what's interesting. So in Hawaii, even if you get like a bad house, you're going to pay like $800,000 for it. It's totally nutty. Not just the price of the house, but also the price of food. I looked at the food and I'm like, I can't be a fat guy in Hawaii. I'll go broke. You know, so the price of food and the price of housing in Hawaii is just so high. I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? My parents' home in Los Angeles is a crappy small 2-bedroom in a bad neighborhood, and it's going for $900,000. Yeah. So actually, you know what's been happening lately? So I heard this from the real estate lady who was helping us, because she's from Missouri, I'm from Missouri, but she helps people from outside of the state move over here. And she's saying that what some people do in California is they sell off their $900,000 home, and it's just a little crappy home in California, and then they buy a big gorgeous lake house, and it's literally on the water with an actual floating dock that you can park your boat in. And they actually make money because they get so much money from the sale of their home that they've got money left over. So a lot of people are moving from California, all over the place, by the way, Texas, Idaho, but they're moving here too, to Lake of the Ozarks, to take advantage of the affordable prices, and they still get to live on the water anyways. So it's kind of an interesting thing, and my wife and I, we think that once all the houses on the water are completely sold, see, there's still housing, there's still land that can be developed, just a little bit. There's still land that can be developed. There's still houses for sale. We think when they're all sold that the price of the housing will go up so high, because it's really a remarkable place to live. So we suspect the houses will go up in value because of that. So next up, we got Jeff Leon. He says 2 Eevee and 1 large. Mr. Jeff, thank you for waiting. Sorry for the delay. There is a wake, one of the bigger, nicer lakes in my area, called Don Pedro, and it is roughly $500,000 to $700,000 for the land, and you can build your own house for anywhere. You pay anywhere from 1.2 to 2.5 for your starting. You're talking about million? So out here in Lake of the Ozarks, you might be able to grab a piece of waterfront undeveloped land for about $40,000. So you could buy a piece of lakefront property. It doesn't have a house on it yet, but I think we saw a few for like 40,000. My wife and I even thought about investing in it, just buying it and holding it. And then once you have that land, you could build a house on it, and the house would probably cost you, I'm going to guess, about 400,000. So, you know, once again, probably be in about the $500,000 range. But, you know, if you can get a large down payment for that put together, you could probably just get it done. You know what I mean? All right, well, anyways, one large for Jeff Leon, huh? We're talking about houses tonight, huh? It's a good conversation to have. I told my wife and I would go on these long walks. We'd go on these nature walks before we moved, and we would talk about our moving strategy all the time. And I told my wife we have one rule for where we move to. We have to move to a place that appreciates greatly in value. It has to go up greatly in value. And we were trying to determine what that meant. You know, we're newbies. We don't... There's people who have been alive a lot longer than us, and they've seen how the world has changed over time. But one of the interesting things is we concluded that the places that go up the most in price are already the nicest places. So the trick is to move to the nicest areas always. But then we realized maybe the trick is to find a place that it is actually very nice and nobody knows about it yet. Nobody knows that it's really nice yet. And so that was the next thing we were thinking about. And then the third thing we were thinking about is this place has to have a natural advantage because of the geography of the area and because of its access to like water and mountains and stuff like that. So that was all part of the decision making. But the number one rule for wherever we moved, it had to be which place is going to appreciate the most over time. So that was our number one criteria. We don't care about anything else. We just want the house that is going to go up in value the most. So that's for Jeff Leon. Oh, Jeff. Can you develop a house by selling your pokies? I could. We talked about that too. So my wife and I talked about doing nothing but investing in homes out here, and ultimately I decided all I want to buy is Pokemon cards. So it's just going to be Pokemon cards. A house in any neighborhood in California, born and raised here, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, starts at about $250 right now. In a nice neighborhood, $400,000. Oh, nice. So I actually probably could have moved out there if I wanted to. Next up, we got Sully Schlegel, who says 5 NBA Hoops 1920. All right, Mr. Sully, I think we need to mark those as sold out now because you are buying up the rest of them, I think. Give me a moment to find them. Where'd I set them down at? Wait, are they actually done? Hold on. Let me see that we have them. Oh, are these it? Here they are. So he said 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go mark them as sold out now. Where are they? Here they are. Sold out. Sweet. Houses near me go for $600,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in SoCal in a good area, says Jeff Leon. I gotcha. Very interesting. All right, Mr. Sully Schlegel, good luck on your polls. So if you had a house like that, you could sell that and you could move to lakefront property out in the middle of Missouri. And there's not that many restaurants out here. There's not that many places to shop. There's no malls. But you know what? You get to live on the lake and you get to go swimming in the lake from your own backyard. So you can literally walk outside of your house and you're there. We got a little walkway down to the water, and it is extremely gorgeous. And it feels really healthy because I feel like one of the biggest struggles for staying healthy is just having motivation to go out when you have so many nice things inside. And for us, it's so easy because you just change into your swimsuit and you just walk down the dock to the water. You live 5 minutes from the beach. Wait a second, I want to live 5 minutes from the beach. All right, what do we got here? You ready? Jamal, TJ Warren, John Stockton, and Carl Anthony. Ooh. Well, actually, another thing we were looking at was how much the price of the housing out here had appreciated already. And many of the homes that are actually on the lake have already gone up by like $200,000, which is really amazing. But I think part of that is because that Netflix show came out. Kent Bazemore, Derek White, Jalen McDaniels, and Reggie Jackson. All right. So that show, the Ozarks show came out, and all of a sudden people were aware of Lake of the Ozarks, and I think this caused a spike in the housing. And I think that's also part of the reason why people are moving out to Lake of the Ozarks, because they're just more aware of it. Aaron Gordon, Jalen Lecque, and Terrence Ferguson. Lots of golf developments. Oh yeah, if you like golf, it's all over the place out here. A lot of fancy homes are being developed, and a lot of golfing courses. The U.S. dropped the gold standard because the U.S. economy became more valuable than the gold to back it. Well, I think they dropped it so they can manipulate their own currency, something they accuse China of all the time. Kyle Kuzma, Troy Brown, Tyler Harrow, and Gogo Bitadze. Mister, do you have the Simpsons cards? We could probably get them, but no, I do not. My house has raised in value over 50K in under 2 years. Well, yeah, if it's been under 2 years, you must have had your house during COVID, and I think a lot of houses really jumped in price. Let me tell you something. We got our condo for $100,000. Actually, the exact amount was something like 93. So we got our condo for $93,000. We are now selling it for $150,000. And it's not done. They haven't officially paid. They just finished having the bank evaluate the value of the home. The bank said it was 150. So we're this close. We're in contract. And I didn't want to announce that, but we're talking about homes right now, so I thought I'd mention that. So we did pretty good because we were trying to decide back then, before we bought it, we were trying to decide whether to rent or whether to own. And we are very happy today that we decided to buy the condo rather than to just continue renting. Sully Schlegel, because we benefited from the jump in house prices during COVID. Here we are, Sully Schlegel. Congrats on the sale. That's huge. I know. Well, we're thinking when it's done selling, we're tempted, anyways. We're tempted to buy a boat when it's done selling, but we might not. We might not. We might just wait and live on the lake without a boat for a little while. You should watch Ben Mala on real estate. And also, I'll mention, so the sale's not done. We're simply in contract. They could back out of it for some reason. You can sell your condo and nearly buy a base set booster box. That's right. That's why I told my wife. I said, wait a second, I can buy Charizard with that one. So we have a huge order from Mr. Rafael Aguilera. I'm sure he's been waiting for this. He says, I'm in pain, but let's top it off with some pokies before I pass out. True, but not true. So for the Air Glaceon, I added an additional $5 to the payment because that's what they charge on CGC. Let me know if you have another price in mind. Small CGC submission tonight. No subgrade. Oh, okay. So let me grab your bag. So he's preparing to have these sent off to CGC. That's what's going on. Hey, mister, I don't know how long the line is, but I'm wondering where my order is. It appears to be a pretty long line tonight, okay? So it's very busy. And I'll be able to check in a minute. But, you know, I don't know who you are. I just know that your YouTube name is Alpha Hound, but it's not going to show up on PayPal that way, okay? Okay, so he wants to send off the Glaceon. I agree. Okay, there it is. Okay, no subgrade, Glaceon, error. Lunala. So here's a Lunala. Golden Ultra Ball. That was back here. So he wants 10 cold live customs and 10 Fates Collide. So these are being graded, and he's going to have a big order of live customs and Fates Collide. I think you're in a good place in the box right now, in the live custom booster box, because I think there were like 3 packs open, and I think they were cold or something like that. That's usually a good sign. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I only need 3 of these. What am I doing? Okay, here's the Ultra Ball. Sweet. Here's Lunala. And here's Glaceon. Let me get your name on them. Tell me how much that Umbreon is so I know I'm poor. You'll have to look it up. You know, I obtained a lot of these Pokemon cards in the past, and they moved up in price over time. And it's a really interesting thing, but it's just something to think about for the future. What do you guys really expect the government to do? Do you think the government is going to print more money or less money over time? In my opinion, they'll continue to print money. They'll continue to do handouts. That's where the country's headed. Everyone wants the country to be like a welfare country. And not everyone, not me, but a lot of people do. There we go, I wrote error on this. And I think that's how people will vote. They'll vote to give themselves money. And so if you're holding on to assets like these, I call them assets, but I really feel that way about them. If you're holding on to collectibles that are appreciating in value, maybe they feel expensive today, but wait 10 years. See how much these cost 10 years from now. They will cost more than what they used to cost. Like this Mew that I initially bought for $550. You know, back then that was a lot. Well, he's 2.4 thousand today, and maybe one day he'll be 5,000. So I can't say that that's true. I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised because somebody's out there buying them all up. Maybe it's me. And eventually, there just won't be that many left to buy up. The market would just be very dry of them. Ooh. It's a smart move by the Democrats to get people to depend on the government because they will have to keep voting for them. Yeah, that's pretty bad. They talk about that in Sweden. I was listening to a Swedish politician talk about having the exact same problem with socialism in Sweden. So they don't like that over there. There's people over in Sweden that want to have lower taxes and less government welfare. And they lose because people can't give up that welfare. They don't want to. Here it goes, especially if they're dependent on it. 10 packs of the custom boosters for Mr. Rafael Aguilera. Pack number 1, we've got Boltund. Number 2, could I see the back of the cards? Yeah. All right, here's the Glaceon. Surprisingly, he looks really clean. Lunala. Lunala looks really clean, except for a little serration edge on the top. I bet you that CGC will catch that. And the Ultra Ball, same deal. He looks very clean with the light serration edge. I think that all three of them have these two have a chance for, I think these will be at least 9.5s. I don't know about this one. This one's a bit too off center. I think that one will be low. It'll be below a 9.5. And who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and one of them will come back pristine, but they're real tough on the pristine stuff. All right, here we go. All right, so pack number 3 is a hit. It's an ETB of Shining Fates. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is going to be PSA 10. So that's 7, right? 8, 9. Oh, very good. I think you did pretty well. So let's count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Jang Mo-O. So I think you did well on that round. That's a pretty big gamble, going that deep. Because you could have come out on a loss, depending on where you were in the box, you know? Okay, so, because, for example, a really bad setup would be like if the next pack was going to be the ETB Shining Fates, and all you did was sweep out a bunch of cold packs. So you could have done that. Yay, very good. That's your large. You get SV4 PSA 10. What is that? Here it is. I don't think he's a crazy one. Yeah, he's Wimpod. All right, you got Wimpod. Very good. Somebody's got to take him. Wimpy. Actually, I think he was an expensive one, and it surprised me. I don't remember. I think he was like $100. I can't remember. I honestly can't. Now, also the ETB. So you've got 1 Shining Fates ETB. Let's go collect that. You did well on that one. I think Wimpod is one of those cards that not a lot of people bother to grade, so there's not a lot of them available, and this actually drives the price up. Of these, and then we got to get your Fates Collide too, right? Hidden Fates 10s are pretty high all around. Yeah, I agree. Am I dying, says Simon? We're always dying, Simon, as our cells get older. So you also wanted 10 Fates Collide. Ugh. Oh, my legs are so tired. I've been swimming a lot. Got sore muscles, guys. Doing a lot of swimming. Do we have 10 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. Mr. Show your cards you're selling. Mr. Panu, I'm not selling any more PSA cards on the table, okay? They're just going to be showed off for fun. The rest of them will be placed into the live custom boosters. Throw those cards away. I'll take the sleeves, mister. What sleeves? Oh, you're talking about the Eevee sleeves? So I would be happy to give you those sleeves. The problem is they cause the shipping to be bad. So that's why I never give those out. It's not like I'm making a bunch of money off of them or anything. I don't think I've sold one. I don't think I've ever sold one. I've sold the Charizard ones before. I don't think I've sold a single pack of the Eevee sleeves. They just go in a box. I never even use them. I ought to use them rather than the penny sleeves, but I like the penny sleeves better. But the problem with them is they affect the shipping. So I don't like them just because of that. You want to buy a whole box of them from me? I'll sell them maybe $1 per pack, just like penny sleeves. Oops. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 of these. We got your box of Shiny Fates. Good luck. You got your Wimpod slab, and you got your spot in the large. Not bad overall. This is a huge order, by the way, guys. I'm really impressed, Mr. Raphael. We've had some really large orders tonight. Mr. Rudolph made a really large order, and Mr. Raphael. Guys with R's in their name. Those Eevee sleeves are horrible. The plastic is cloudy, so you can't see the card in it as well. Well, I suppose the plastic isn't really meant to... It's not all supposed to be for the visual aspect, but of taking care of your card, you know, protecting it from harm's way. So maybe that's part of the reason why. So here's Frostmoth. Here's Spinarak Frostmoth. Now, do I understand you still don't want your hollows? Let me know if you want your hollows. Mr. Raphael is somebody who typically he doesn't keep them. I know you said no, but low-key, would you sell the CGC Lugia? The CGC Lugia? I have a CGC Lugia? I don't even remember that. Here's Orbeetle. Wow, we don't see Orbeetle enough. Shiny Orbeetle. Now, again, the #1 card in Shining Fates is Charizard. Did you guys know the #2 card is Suicune? There's a shiny Suicune, and he goes for like 300, 400, something like that. Thank you so much, Mr. Raphael. We got Rusted Shield. Here's Snom with the little butt face. The Japanese Lugia. Oh, you're talking about the, did I have one tonight? Maybe I had one tonight. You know, I really do think that should just go into the live customs. Yeah, placing them on the table and selling them one at a time, it's fun to do, but what I would like to start to do is to stockpile for Christmas at this point. Cinderace. Look at this Cinderace. But they'll still be around. They'll be in the live customs. So you can always expect something to come out of the live customs. Cinderace. And, oh, double Alcremies. All right. So I think that the Cinderace and the Orbeetle are pretty cool. Alcremie Hyper Rare shows up all the time. Here's an Alcremie Holo Rare, though. So that's the holographic shiny. Probably this is more valuable than the full art because this doesn't show up all the time, the Alcremie. It's a cute Pokemon. So here's Fates Collide. Wow, we've got 200 viewers, and it is 4 a.m. in the morning. What are you guys doing up? We got 190 viewers, and it is 4 a.m. in the morning. How's it going, everyone? What are you guys doing up so late? No, it's past your bedtime. Nothing to do at 4 a.m. on a Saturday night, Sunday morning. Simon says, I'm dying. We're just living. You just ate a burger playing League of Legends. Oh, sweet. My wife and I play Smite virtually every day now for multiple hours. It's one of our favorite things to do. This is my work schedule. Oh, very neat. So we're just hanging out together. Here's Binacle. We'll keep an eye out for any good Fates Collide hollows, because some of those are good, right? We got Mothim. That's pack number 2. Pack number 3. Now, I'm surprised more people don't open Fates Collide because it's a good price on the pack, in my opinion. Well, what I'm trying to say is that for Fates Collide, this ought to be a more expensive set, in my opinion, and it's not right now. And I don't think it'll stay this way. I think it will go up. You pulled Audino because it's got the Espeon on it. I don't think it has Umbreon. I think it's the other one that has Umbreon. So I think this one has Espeon, right? No. This is Umbreon. Fates Collide is Umbreon. So this is an Umbreon set. That's what it is, guys. Damn, it's got this Hollow Mew. It's got the Snorlax in it. Look at that Mew. So this Mew looks extremely well centered. I would say you would definitely have a shot. Yeah, this definitely has a shot at a 10. Hollow Mew. That's a good pull. There it is. Another hot. So this is another hot pull in the Fates Collide, and that's the Lugia Break. This is the most expensive break card available. So this one goes for the most money, and it just shows up in Fates Collide like actually fairly often. That's like our third one that we've pulled. But people don't want to open Fates Collide. I don't understand why. It's got Mewtwo in it. It's got Umbreon in it. It's got Alakazam in it. So hold on. Let me show you this break card. You guys aren't going to believe this. Some people haven't seen this. You guys got to see this real fast. All right, so here's the cheapest one. You think it's this one, right? Lugia Break. That's Japanese. The English one is $800. That's the cheapest one, $800 for that card that he just pulled out of like, I think I saw him for like 10 bucks or something, or 11. But let me go ahead and check completed items, because it's one thing for it to be for sale. You also want to see if one is sold. Oh, well, actually, let's see. It's probably just sold in auction. Okay, well, it hasn't done as well in auction. So this one suggests it last sold June 28th for $281. That's still very good. But look at this one before it. On June 11th, $400 for that one, and $415 for the one before it. Let me just suggest something. You know, I don't like PWCC auctions because they put too many cards together, and I feel like sometimes cards get overlooked. But, you know, you see that it's sold for $281. That's very close to $300, and it's sold two other times for about $400. So you have a combination. You've got different ways to look at it. You know, if you wanted to buy one now, the only one available is for $800. But let's say you could get them to talk them down to $400. Well, maybe you're talking about a $400 Lugia Break card right there. It just depends on how it grades. That's still really good. If you're talking about value per pack, that's still really good. And that's just a break card. It comes out of a greenback pack. You know what I mean? So we haven't even pulled a full art yet. He still has a chance for a full art. The greenback packs are kind of like Cosmic Eclipse trainer arts, right? The secret rare trainer arts. All right, here we go. We got 3 packs left, though. Let's see if he pulls something. So also this Tyranitar's in here. He looks pretty good. Honestly, is this gradable? I would say yes. Gradable holo, just like the Mew. And I believe there's a holographic Snorlax card in here as well. So Fates Collide made it into this live stream quite a while ago, because I said back then, Fates Collide has a lot of seriously good pulls. And so we added Fates Collide to this live stream. Must have been like a year ago almost. Yeah, I started paying attention to Fates Collide because of all the good pulls in it. But, you know, people just don't open that much of it. Here's Fennekin, which I know Kara Nichols is a big fan of. Now, here's Glaceon as well. So Glaceon's in this set, too. So you got Glaceon and you've got Umbreon, and they're both here in Fates Collide. And obviously, people really like the Umbreon cards. Here, you should trade this to Kara Nichols. And finally, what do you pull? Team Rocket. Team Rocket's handiwork. Okay, so no full arts have come out. But probably that means there's a full art nearby. You know, the Golden Alakazam Umbreon card, I hope to have more than one of those because they're so fancy, actually. All right, so let's take a look at those pulls. Definitely the cool pulls came out of Fates Collide, in my opinion. You got the Glaceon. I do consider the Tyranitar a gradable pull. You got the Lugia. You got the Mew, which is definitely a gradable pull. And Audino is kind of weak. But the best card here, obviously, is the Lugia Break, which you could at least value this. If it was a 10, I don't know if it will be, but let's say it is. This is at least $280 because it just sold for $280 in auction. And cards typically don't go for as much in auction, especially PWCC auctions when there's too much competition between other cards. You know, people don't have infinite money. So people will say, all right, I'm going to pass on the Lugia. I'm going to go after Charizard. Well, if this was by itself, it might have gone for more money. And we did see it go for $400 twice in the same month. It just so happened the PWCC auction, it went for less than that. So, but it went closer to $300, didn't it? So that Lugia card is quite valuable. And the only one for sale is like $800. So if you had that grade 10, you could probably throw it up there for $400. And it probably would sell. People would be like, wow, that's like half the price of the $800. I'll go ahead and buy that one. All right. Mr. Raphael, I do a lot of talking, don't I? Do I talk a lot, guys? You guys tell me if I talk a lot. That's okay. I already know I do. Blah, 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 blah. I could talk all day. I still think break cards look bad in general. I agree. But, you know, I've looked at so many Pokemon cards, and it's just having variety. You know, just having something weird to look at sometimes feels good. And I think that's kind of the appeal of the break cards. The break cards just look weird. They look like really bizarre. And there's a whole collection of them. There's a whole collection of break cards that you can put together, and you'd be like, here's my weird break card collection. But the other thing is, you know, if they're not popular, the other thing about them is they're not that expensive. You know, if you want to buy this Mew, obviously he looks very good, but he's also going to cost you like $2,500 if you want to go buy him now. You want to go buy, you know, some of the break cards, some of them are probably still going for like $100, and that's it. So you can go catch up and get your break card collection before they dry up off the market, which some people don't want to believe they will, but I guarantee you they will eventually, once they get old enough. Once they get old enough. All right, so next up we've got, that was a big order, and it took us a long time. We have Scott Marshik, and he's been waiting forever. Scott, I'm so sorry. Scott, I'm here. He says he wants 15 Eevee Heroes and live shipping. I don't have a bag. So this may be Scott's first order. How's it going, Scott? Scott, I'll go ahead and get your fresh box of Eevee Heroes. Here it is, Eevee. Let's go ahead and get these open. Mr. Scott, you've been waiting all night. I suspect he's waited at least an hour. He has some big orders ahead of him. Informative big order. Yeah, learning about Fates Collide. I'm always teaching people about Fates Collide. One of my favorite XY era sets, along with Ancient Origin and Breakpoint. You know, Breakpoint's got so much in it. It's got like Ho-Oh, it's got Espeon, it's got Skyla, it's got the red Gyarados. So it's got Shining Gyarados in it. And it's got the golden Shining Gyarados card in it. It's so fantastic to look at. So Breakpoint is one of my favorite sets from the XY era for sure. There's also Breakthrough. That's the Mewtwo set. I don't like it as much. You know, I've seen it. I've seen all the cards in it. I've opened some of it. It's okay, but it costs more. And yeah, Mewtwo's okay. I don't dislike Mewtwo, but I'm just not as big of a fan. Primal Clash is cool. Ancient Origin though, man. Ancient Origin kills it. Really like Ancient Origin. All right, and this is for our friend, Mr. Scott Marshik. So, Mr. Scott, you have about a half chance to pull a hot card in here. Let's see what happens. I hope you do. If you don't, it's going to be a little bit of a bummer. Cold. 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 Here's Hollow Grimmelsnarl. Okay, first pull. A lot of cold packs on that half of the box. Here's Sylveon. I'm sure it'll catch up. I need to buy the Secret Art Mewtwo because it's the only card that's full art that has Haxorus on it. Yeah, Haxorus. What the heck? Haxorus is cool. Yeah, I like Haxorus. Here's Marshadow. Haxorus was one of those Pokemon that was made after I stopped playing Pokemon games and collecting cards. But you know, he's like Tyranitar. He's like Salamence. He's one of those tough Pokemon. He's like Garchomp. So you get like this class of tough-looking Pokemon that are like, you know, they're for battling and feeling cool. Look at that, it's Glaceon. Cold. All right, we got Vaporeon as well. So with these 3 hits, you now have the average 1 hit out of every 5 packs. You got one more chance. Oh, but it's a holo. Okay, so I'm afraid you didn't pull the secret rare. Let me go ahead and grab you some of these extra cards. I'm going to grab you some of the bulk to make your bag a little heavier because your bag's not too heavy yet. And we're going to get you the live shipping right now, mister. That was for Scott Marshik. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. Now, Scott, I tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and sleeve up your hollows. All right, you've got Glaceon, VMAX, Sylveon, and Vaporeon. We'll sandwich these in between the others. They're all sandwiched up. And I'll go ahead and put it in the bag. Oops. Now, let me go get your address. He confirms his address. Thank you so much for confirming the address in the message. Still out here waiting for Hyper Rare Typhlosion. Oh, man, can you believe it? He's so mistreated. He's such a cool Pokemon, too. There's actually, I won't tell you which one, but there is a Typhlosion I'm looking at buying He's real cool looking, and I don't want to tell you because I don't want to cost somebody else to run out and buy him. But I can only spend so much money at a time, so I got to save up some money. But yeah, there's a Typhlosion I want, and he looks so cool. But I haven't spent the money yet. Gotta wait for another paycheck, you know what I mean? Just like you guys. So another month goes by and I get a paycheck from Google. Mr. Scott, I got your label and I've got your cards. There's so many good Typhlosions. I think the Prime cards look really good. Really nice. Now this will be a card you guys aren't aware of. Alright, so let's see. And you will be if I just talk about it. So we help Scott. Now we have Devin Kawamura, who has also a large order. He says, I'll do a box of Eevee Heroes. Okay, give me a second. Let me get a fresh box. Mr. Devin. The Devin Kawamura? What an honor. All right, here it is. Beautiful. Woo! I just got an awesome Shaman EX, says Mark. Nice, Mark. Toss that away. All right. So this is for Devin Kawamura. I'm really impressed at the volume of cards we're seeing open. Tonight is an extremely busy night, and I didn't expect that because we started so late. We started like at 2 a.m. My normal start time is 12. When we start at 2 a.m., 2 hours late, sometimes we struggle to get just even 100 viewers. And tonight we got like 170 viewers. Everyone's here. It's kind of crazy. Makes me wonder if we started at 12, if we would have had something like 250 viewers or something like that. I don't know. So there's plenty of people who've already gone to bed because it's too late for them. You're dying. Let me play Falschmiger Remix or whatever you call it. Falschmiger. I don't know what it's called. Snip. It's the weekend. That's right. But even the weekends aren't necessarily this busy. Not at 4:18 in the morning. It's 5 a.m. What's up, Mark? Yeah, we got people probably waking up. So late at night. Falschmiger. There we go. I don't know how to pronounce that very well. Mr. Devin, good luck. Let's get you one of those Eevee Alternative Rare VMAX. And hopefully not the guy with the glasses, the doo-doo head guy. Sylveon! We pulled him too many times already. Lovely Sylveon. Here's Eldegoss. I almost called him Eldion. Just got off work. Oh my god, I jinxed it. Oh no. Oh, he's so lame. God, this guy definitely has God and anime on his side. I'm so sorry, Devin. Oh, he's such a waste, man. What a waste of a pull. Well, maybe you've got a second one in the box. Occasionally, a box will have 2 hits in it, okay? 2, like 1 hyper rare, 1 secret rare. So let's keep looking. God damn, dude. He's the worst. Gordy? Yeah, that's Gordy. And he's terrible. I'm so sorry, Devin. That's just bad luck. Here's Gossifleur. Is that right? Rip. Yeah, that's a rip moment. I'm so sorry, man. It's TCC full art. Yeah, that's right. That's me with my glasses. Cold. I don't have glasses, by the way. Here's Jolteon. Buy another box. Doo-doo head guy needs a nerf. He is a doo-doo head guy. Ugh. It's pretty rare for somebody to open a whole box of Eevee Heroes, so I was hoping he would pull really high, you know what I mean? It's because we love you, mister. All right, what do we got here? We've got some cold ones. I know someone who opened 3 boxes and only got Gordies. Oh, dear Lord, dude. I guess you could open 1 box and get a Gordy, and another box will have like a hyper rare Gordy or something like that, but 3 Gordies in a row, that sounds kind of like a defect or something. The hot card's in the next box. It always is. Here's Glaceon. Mister, donate the hollows and anything that isn't the full art. Well, I mean, you want these, right? Don't you want the, like, the full art VMAX? Oh, did you say anything that isn't full art? All right, sounds good. So we'll donate the V cards if that's what you're saying. Here's Fleuges. Fleuges! Cold. Swampert. Cold. And Flareon. He's using his Fire Jutsu. How dare you look down on Gordy? He is the Animu King. Oh my lord. Take the V's and the VMAX. Are you sure? Well, if you change your mind, you've got time to change your mind, okay? So what I'll do, the hollows will go into the hollow pile, and I will take these and I'll put them into a pity pile, okay? So people who have bad luck will then be gifted a card from your pulls, okay? So you guys may get some Devin Kawamura pulls. Now, Devin, if you change your mind, you got plenty of time to change your mind because those have value, even if they're not as valuable. And let's find your bag real fast. I'm sorry for the tough pull, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes you get a bad day. Sometimes you get a good day. That's how it goes. Where did we put your bag last? Devin, I swear we just had your bag. Devin Kawamura. He didn't request shipping, did he? Oh my God. So I swear to God, your bag was just in here. Oh, it is in here. It's Devin Kawamura. I couldn't see the name. Here you go. Oh my. Dear Lord. Gordy. Gordy. Anthony Ravy says, how's it going? Can I have 3 NFL 2021? All right, we certainly can get those together for you. Give me a minute. There it is, huh? Looks pretty nice. All right. Mr. Anthony, 3 NFLs. What's your thoughts on Evolving Skies with all the secret rares shown now? My thoughts on Evolving Skies, the skies are evolving and it's going to be awesome. I don't know. The hype for every next set is so high, you know what I mean? Every set that comes out, the hype is real. Evolving Skies looks good AF, in my opinion. Too much. Snip. Snip. And snip. That's not NFL. Oh, he said NFL 2021. All right, we got 3 NBA hoops. Maybe somebody ordered some. Good catch, by the way. Maybe somebody ordered those NFL hoops, and we'll get, or NBA hoops, and we'll get those to that. All right, here's the NFL. My bad. We are already fixing it. Sneep. Oh my lord. Sneep. He's pokey drunk. I'm drunk with pokey power. Clyde Edwards, Jarrett Stidham, Derek Carr, Pat Freiermuth, Crusade. All right, so I think the Crusade cards are the hits. So good job on that. That's Pat Freiermuth. Now, the goal is for these guys to have a good career. Is that it? And then if they have a good career and you own their card, the card goes up in value. Is that right? I think that's how it works. Mr. Getting excited. We got Saquon Barkley, Henry Ruggs, Michael Carter, Nick Bolton, and Pat Freiermuth again. Holy. Now you've got the orange hollow and the regular hollow. Holy. Okay, let me go ahead and sleeve this up. I find that very interesting, by the way. So it is cool. The basketball and football cards and UFC cards, right? Like a Conor McGregor card, if he had won his fight tonight, his card would have gone up in value. So, but he didn't. So maybe that's a bad thing, you know, if you were holding on to Conor McGregor cards, or if you paid a lot to get a Conor McGregor card before this fight. You know what I mean? So if you're, you know, you're making a bet with the guy who's selling you the card that it'll go up in value because he's going to win. So I find that really fascinating. Patrick Surtain Crusade. All right. Another Crusade card. Not bad. Jalen Waddle. Now his card is poo-poo, and so is Goodfoot. What? Big ones to look for, I'd say, are first rounders, usually quarterbacks. So Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields are all very good pulls. Oh, good information. What do you say? So Trey Lance and who? Justin Field? Okay. So that's for Anthony Ravy. What's up, Anthony? Anthony Ravy, where am I going to find your bag? I think it's right here, isn't it? Okay, Anthony, now your bag's real large. You're basically ready to ship out if you want to ship. And I'm going to go ahead and double bag you. And Anthony Ravey, I'm going to put you in the overflow now. Help me out. If I'm ever having trouble locating your bag, be like, it's in the overflow. I'm putting you on the right side of the table. See, I'm not going to remember that. I'll remember that tonight. But by tomorrow night, I won't remember that. It will be forgotten knowledge. By tomorrow night, I won't remember any of that. Now we've got Erky. He says 3, Chilling Rain for Mr. Erky. You got it, Erky. All right. I'd say Lawrence is the surest thing, but you never know. Lawrence or nothing. So Trevor Lawrence or whatever. What's his name again? Terrence Lawrence. He's the best. Thank you for being live. This might sound odd, but it really calms down my anxiety and depression. Thanks so much. What a relief. Yeah, you know, a lot of people suffer from depression, anxiety. I get some depression myself every now and then, and you know, I might turn on some music or something like that, and you gotta. It makes you grateful because somebody is out there making that content. You know, it's a cool thing. So that's what we like doing, though, hanging out. That's why we're here. It turns out hanging out is a more fun way to collect, and that's just like the nature of collecting. If you think about it, you wouldn't want to collect things all by yourself. You collect so you can show it off. Mr. Erky, not as lucky this time, huh? But you were real lucky on the last round. Mr. gets depressed, then rips some jungle packs. That's right, something like that. Everyone gets depressed sometimes. Michael Cusick says, Mr. 3 Sun and Moon base. All right, where's the Sun and Moon base? Here it is. Time to pull out that lily right in front of Raphael. And 3 Steam Siege. The Forbidden Booster? Where's my Steam Siege? The Forbidden Steam Siege Booster? Here we are. All right. I don't know if we can allow this. We must ask the elders if he can open these Steam Siege. Sneep. 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 There we go. And one more sneep. We got sneep. Wow, that's some really good sneeps. What you say, mister? Says Raphael. Here goes. I say he got to pull Lily right now. Here's Spinda. Oh, you pull something. Lurantis. Lurantis is all right. Lurantis GX. Gardevoir Secret. Yeah, Steam Siege is a Gardevoir set. People don't think of it that way because when you hear the word Steam Siege, you're like, oh, it's industrial. Oh, it's going to be like Kling Clang or something like that. Magnemite, Magneton. But really, it's a Gardevoir set. That's what it is. It's a Gardevoir set. The best pull is Gardevoir. Flaffy Bisharp. They just named the box badly. Right, here she is, Gardevoir. Right, like if this had a different name, like Psychic Alters or something like that, I don't know. Some kind of Gardevoir name. People would be like, oh, that makes sense because you go after Gardevoir. Speaking of which, those were 3 cold packs. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. That's from Michael Cusick. I know exactly where your bag is, Michael. You have the same Lurantis. You've got 2 of them now. Oh, Michael. Michael and his Lurantises. I'm sorry, man. You just pulled Lurantis. Now we have Richard Vasquez, 3 packs of Eevee Heroes. Oh, my pillow fell down. That's why the chair's so painful. All right, here we go. Just down and have no motivation for anything. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes, you know what's interesting about depression is sometimes you don't know you have it because it like, you know, I would say you don't realize you have depression until you have a good day where you're like, you just feel good. You're like, you want to be nice to people. You're like, I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to go out. And you don't realize sometimes depression is just kind of like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to move. Everyone annoys me. I hate the world. You know what I mean? Sometimes depression is just irritability and anger and low mood. It's not necessarily like, I cut myself today. Like 9 Inch Nails, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. 9 Inch Nails hurt. Some of you guys probably didn't hear that song, but it's a pretty good song. You need to go hear it if you haven't heard it. All right, so 3 Eevee Heroes for Mr. Richard Vasquez. What I'm trying to say is that depression isn't always the way it's depicted in like a TV show or a movie. You know what I mean? Mr. Hazy says you missed some packs in his order. Maybe I did. Give me a minute. Hazy, who's that? Is that Eric? Nope. Is that Anthony Ravey? Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry, Anthony Ravey. 1 Chilling Rain. I did miss. Here you go. 1 Chilling Rain. 1 Roaring Skies. Okay, I think I have I got one more pack up here, so I'm a little worried I'm out of Roaring Skies after this pack. And a Fates Collide. Ooh. He says, keep them sealed, please, and thank you. Oh, no problem. Okay, we can keep them sealed. Here's the Fates Collide. Of course, that's the one with the full art in it. And your bag just got moved, didn't it? Yeah, it got moved over. Excuse me, it got moved over here. I cut myself today to see if I still feel. All right, very good. Richard Vasquez, are you ready? Sneep. Raphael says sealed. I know. Sealed packs. What the heck? You know, half the time when someone requests that packs are sealed, they just come back and tell me to open them later. They're like, go ahead and open those. All right, that was for Mr. Richard Vasquez. Mr. Richard, I'm sorry, no crazy pulls coming out of there. Ryan, Ricardo, Russ, Ryan, Randall, Raul, Ryan, Rob, Raul. Wait, does he say new bag? He says I have a bag. Okay, we got Raul, Ricky, Ronald, Ryan, Ricardo Mendiola, Ryan Payne. Okay, all the way back there to Rogelio. Who the heck's that guy? Ramiro, Robin. We're looking for Richard Vasquez. Ray, Rateb, Ryan, Raul, Ryan, Ryan Hutch, Ryan Payne, Ricardo Gutierrez, Purebred, Robert, President Agnew. Oh man, those are some nickname names. We got to get those moved off the table. Papa Giorgio, Rodney, Raul. Mister, I didn't find your bag. He says, I have a bag. So Richard Vasquez, let me just mention, if you had a bag that only contained, let's say, 1 or 2 holographic cards in it, I did get rid of that, okay? But I don't know if that was the case. I'm going to go ahead and create a new bag for you. I didn't see a bag for you in there. Give me some information about your bag. It'll help me look for it, okay? But let me just mention, if it only had a few hollows in it, I did get rid of it because I've been clearing up those bags. And I found quite a few of them. Quite a few bags that just had a few hollow cards in it. No GXs, no Vs, no full arts. All they had in them was like 1 or 2 hollows, and that was it. Doesn't have a bag. Oh, he says I don't have a bag. Yeah, let me show you exactly what happens. Watch this. Look at this. Do you see that? It's all messed up here. There's like all these symbols and stuff. I don't know why that happens. The word is all messed up. Probably is from like mobile. I don't know. And then I read it wrong like an idiot. It doesn't look like the word don't necessarily. It looks like the word do a little bit. What's up, Pokey Rick? Gosh dang it. So you have a bag now, Mr. Richard. Too late to order, says Anthony. It's never too late, Anthony. Go at it. What time is it, by the way? It's 4:30. Go at it, Mr. Anthony. I'm not scared. Are you scared? Okay, I'm very scared. I'm not telling the truth. I'm super scared. My house is shaking because of the storm. I'm only a few hours from you. Is it storming near you? No, not at all. But there was a little bit of rain. Yeah, actually it's been raining all day, but not a storm. Not like a big, you know, not loud even. So there's been a bit of a drizzle. Gave my wife a little bit of a drizzle earlier. So Richard Vasquez, David Muller, 1 pack of chilling rain. You got it, Mr. David Muller. He says also for the next 2. Oh, 1 pack of, I got you. I'm reading it right now. So David Muller is donating 2 packs of Chilling Rain to the next 2 buyers. Thank you, Mr. David. That's very generous. All right. Next up, we got Mr. Jorge Sanchez, who says 2 live custom boosters. So you're also getting a pack of Chilling Rain, which is a donation from Mr. Dave. Shallows and Eevee. Oh, that's tough, man. That was Mr. Jorge Sanchez, and those were cold packs, Jorge Sanchez. But let's try the gift, the Chilling Rain gift from Mr. David Muller. Maybe this will be hot. You never know. Okay, you're picking up a Volcanion V. Slightly better, but it's still pretty rough, isn't it? Yeah, 2 cold packs, huh? But there's a Volcanion. Yeah, that's for Mr. David Muller. We'll go ahead and put this in your bag. Mr. Jorge, I assume you have a bag still. Jonas, Jonathan. Here it is, Jorge Sanchez. You got Faulkner last time. That's cool. Got that right? Yes. Faulkner. I barely know her. There we go. Now we have another order from Mr. David Muller. He says 1 pack of Jet Black for the next 3 purchases. All right. Okay, so these are all donated by Mr. David Muller. Now we have another order from David Muller, and he says 2 Champions Path, 2 XY Evo. I think those are for Mr. David. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these. He's getting the good pokey karma before he opens these to give himself a better chance, right? All right, those pricey Evolutions. I love them. Evolutions. You ready? Sneak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Mr. David, what are we going to get? That's Rock Ruff Obstagoon. And you did pick up Grapple Locked Full Art. I thought for a second, for a slim second, very short, brief second, maybe Charizard. Because I saw the shiny, glittery, reflection that you get from a Full Art. But the moment you see more of it now, what is this? Misty's Determination. That's not necessarily a bad pull at all. And Pidgeot EX Full Art. That's a hot pack of XY Evo. So there's your Full Art Mega Pidgeot. Now, here are my thoughts on the Misty Determination Reverse Holo. I think that Misty cards are pretty collectible. And so she's a trainer card. She's a character card. And if you could get this to grade 10, I think it'll definitely hold some kind of value. We also have Nidoran. All right, Reverse Holo Nidoran. The second pack was definitely cold. Just a Nidoran. All right, but let's go ahead and jump through these and make sure we didn't miss any like Pikachus or anything. Here's a Pikachu. Here's another Pikachu. All right, we're very good. Very nice. Sleeve up these Pikachus for you. Still streaming? Yeah, we started 2 hours late, so I haven't even streamed a full 3 hours yet. This is not an unusual stream length, duration, but it is a late stream time, isn't it? Mr. David Muller, here's your pag. I called it a pag. Is this RuneScape music? It sounds a little bit like it, but this is actually music from the Super Nintendo era. Did I say Nintendo? Nintendo. And it's from a game that, it's in Japanese, I don't know. It says Super Famicom on it. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know the name of it, it's in Japanese. Sven Krill says 3, NFL Prizm Draft. Wow. These NFLs are very nearly sold out. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're nearly gone. Can I buy Misty for 100? Do you not lose ad revenue from the game soundtracks? I do not. That's because gaming soundtracks allow you to play their music in the background without triggering some sort of copyright claim. And that's because they want to incentivize you to play their games. That's why. They don't want you to shy away from playing their game because when you play their game, you lead. If you're a YouTuber, you end up leading to sales of that game. 1, 2, 3 for Mr. Sven. All right, Mr. Sven. You got a lot of cards, Sven. Are you ready? Let's see what he pulls. Trevor Lawrence, huh? That's the chase. Okay, and last pack. Doggo coin. What's a doggo coin? Oh, and you get a Chilling Reign from Mr. David Muller. So this is a gift from David Muller to Mr. Sven Krill. Let's see what you get. This time, just a Venipede. All right, but still really nice. It's always a shot for, like, alternative art Moltres, right? You need a bacon sandwich. Oh, mister. We got Tua Tagovailoa. What? Jalen Hurts. Jamie Newman. Seth Williams. And Patrick Surtain. Ooh, Mr. Patrick. Patrick Starr. Okay, here's Patrick. Here's Seth Williams. 3 Spirit Bombs tonight. Mister, read the PayPal message. I think there should be one more Eevee Heroes, says Saveniakis. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I knew that the whole time. I was just testing you. Here we go. So there's the Eevee. Now, here's Cooper Kupp, Ryan Tannehill, Jamar Chase, but he is the Chase, Patrick Surtain, and Greg Rizzo. No, this is Patrick. I knew that. I was just testing you, Sven. Make sure that you're still on your toes. Make sure you're fully awake. Here's Jamar. Cool, man. Imagine being so famous you're on a you're on a sport card. That's really special, man. There we go. Jalen Hurts. And finally, we have Tony Bridgewater. Oh, look at this pack, huh? A little damage on that one. Now, but look at the corners on these. Those corners appear to be fine. So it was just this one. All right, well, luckily it wasn't a good one. Here's DeAndre Swift. Very interesting. DeAndre. Carlos Basham. And his corner looks fine. Very interesting. And finally, Caleb Farley. Who the heck is Caleb? All right, cool. Illusion of Gaia was meh. No, you're meh, mister. Now, you've also got this lovely Eevee Heroes, which I believe is about to give you the alternative art Sylveon, right? Or Umbreon. Nah, it's a cold one. I'm sorry. Mister, what are you doing Discord calls? I would love to tell you a creepy-ass scary story that happened to my parents at a family member. I do believe in ghosts. They're amongst us. Woo! All right, Mr. Sven. I only believe in science. Here we are, Mr. Sven. Your bag is so large now. You know what I'm thinking we ought to do? There's a few guys that have really large bags because of these NFL packs. And we might put you in an NFL box. So let's see, who's still in here? Nick Wegas? All right, so Nick Wegas is still in here. And that's the UFC box. We're going to put you in here, Mr. Sven. Along with Anthony Ravey. You guys got NFL bags, and just between you guys, almost full. So that's really crazy. Just mention it's in there, okay? He keeps all sport cards. He's getting them all, says Dave Charmander. Next up, we got Colton Spaulding. He says, would like a junk box. Perfect. All right. So what's going to happen? Mr. Colton, I'm going to go ahead and ship it right now. That's how it works. So we have junk boxes, and they are $20 a piece. And all I got to do is get the shipping address. So I can see your address begins with 20, Mr. Colton. Okay. I got your email. Now, if that's the wrong shipping address, I need to know, like, right now, because he's just going to go out super fast. Actually, what is this, Sunday? Okay, it won't go out till Monday, technically. All right, there we are. All right, and I'll just set the label right here next to the other labels. You're good to go. You're good to go, Mr. Colton. Now we've got Mr. Shazox. Crossing my fingers. 3 more NFL Prizm. Holy. I cannot believe we're opening more Prizm than Pokemon right now. He uses sport cards as packing materials. That is accurate. So what I found out was the sport cards are larger than the Pokemon cards by a little bit. And so I put the sport cards, the bulk ones, on the outside of the Pokemon card packs, and then I double baggy them that way. Actually, if you've got cards coming towards you, you're about to figure that out, because I did that for quite a few cards. Sven wants to save the Tua. Oh, are you talking about a player? Hold on. I was like, oh, I thought he was mistyping tuna. I thought you were saying save the tuna, like we need to save the fish in the ocean. I had no clue what you were talking about. That's a really weird name, Tua. I thought it was a typo, and he was saying save the tuna. All right. Too funny, man. I was reading you say it. I thought you were just being weird. All right, there we go. Save the tuna. The tuna are going extinct from overfishing. No, some guy named Tua. I had no clue that somebody could have a name like that, Tua. All right, Mr. Shazox, you ready? So you get a free pack from, oh, it's a Gengar Hollow, in fact. So that's from David Muller. It's a gift to Mr. Shazox. What do you say? Thanks, Mr. Jarrett Stidham. LaVisca, Tyler Vaughn, Emir Smith Marcetta, and Kenneth Gainwell. Gainwell, more like don't gain very well at all. More like poop well. Tyler, I'm just saying stuff. Tyler Vaughn's. Here's Tyler Vaughn's. And LaVisca. What? All right, there we go, LaVisca. Now, we also have Phillip Rivers, Clyde Edwards, Teddy Bridgewater. You have a Crusade card. You got 2 of them. So that's Micah Parsons, and that's a Crusade rookie orange card. I feel like that's a lot of stuff. Now, you also get a Crusade Trey Lance. Ooh. What are these Pokemons? I don't even recognize them. And last but not least, we have Jalen Hurts, Kareem Hunt, Joe, let me make sure that wasn't, okay, good. Joe Mixon, Tylan Wallace, and Michael Carter. Read my messages, mister. Sounds good. Are you talking about in YouTube chat or in PayPal? When it comes to YouTube chat, your messages disappear after like a few seconds, and I can try to like scroll to find it, but it's really hard to find it. Do I have the new Yu-Gi-Oh! King's Court? I could get them. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has not been super popular, to tell you the truth. Pokemon's been very popular, and sport cards have been very popular. Yu-Gi-Ohs have been slow as heck, man. People are not loving the Yu-Gis. But we could get them. You know, I'm supposed to carry... yeah, I could probably get some and have it sit around all day. Maybe it'll do well. I don't know. Maybe it'll surprise me. So, Mr. Shizox, where did I put your bag last? Mr. Shizox. I think you had a really large bag, right? And then I think I put it back here. Here it is. Haha. See, I can remember if it was within an hour. Hard to remember after a full 24 hours. So there you go. The new Yu-Gi-Oh! Set has the Egyptian God cards. Those are hot. Okay. The new Yu-Gi-Oh! Set is King's Court. I imagine it would actually do pretty well. Okay. We'll try that out. Let me put this over here. Yu-Gi-Oh! I only know Digimon. This box is basically full now. That took like nothing to fill up. Now, I will forget about this if I don't write it down. I said court. C-O-R-T, court. They're just for show. They're his personals. There we go. By the way, we have this pending Jesse Salinas. I need to look that up real fast. Do you guys mind if I do that right now? So give me a minute. We just need to make sure that an order from Jesse Salina cleared so I can finish shipping his card. He's got some cards he wanted shipped. All right, and it says still pending, actually. So that is still pending. All right, so we'll just give it some more time. It'll probably be done on Monday then. Probably going to clear on Monday. Do you have any Simp Misty cards anymore? I do. They're $15 if you'd like one, and I'm not going to be ordering new ones, I don't think. All right. Carlton Spalding, Shazak, Raphael. He says, 12 Sun and Moon base set. Start the cold train running before I call it for this month. Okay. 12 of them, huh? I'm excited for you. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. These go back. Those would be the ones that have the lily in it, of course. This is pretty hype, says Slight Sippage. Are you guys ready? This is Sun and Moon base. Sun and Moon base. One of the sets that you didn't realize was actually pretty hot. It's got Lily, it's got Umbreon, it's got Espeon, Solgaleo, Lunala, Golden Ultra Ball. That alone is a pretty serious hit, the Golden Ultra Ball. And it's got more. It's got Tauros. Tauros is decent. I think the worst is Gumshoes. And then there's some trainer cards that aren't ever going to be too valuable, so you want to avoid those. But lots of good pulls in here. All right. The Lily, though. If you could just pull a 10 Lily out of here, you would make some pokey stonks, I think. Great Ball. Here's Dragonite Hollow, and he looks pretty clean. We're going to count this as a hit, Mr. Raphael. It's going to be sleeved up. Reverse Hollow Dragonite. Decidueye. We pay attention to hollows when they're decent hollows. There's Ultra Ball, Pyukumuku, Serena Dragonite Hollow. All right, and he is also looking pretty clean. So what you could do is like what I did with the Blacephalons. Remember the Blacephalons? So you could do the same thing. You could grade these together at the same time, and they would be sequentially graded together. So that's cool. You also pulled them together. Here's Poliwrath. Oh, come on, we need a hit. Great Ball. Oh, mister, you're sweeping so far. Gigalith and Hollow Alolan Muck. We got hollows coming out. Oh, no, we got Boldor. You got 2 packs left. Don't give up. Some players are second year and worth a lot of money. Be sure to keep all football cards. They look like bulk, but whole value. Keep them all, please, and thank you. Oh! Oh, man. Landed on fire. You guys thought he was having a cold round. Hyper Rare Espeon. There you go. Woo! Very hot. And last pack, what is this? Just enough, man. You pulled just enough to get that Espeon. You could have stopped short of him. Very lucky. Whew. So that Espeon by itself will pay for the order. And he still gets those lovely Dragonites too, which I know it may sound strange, like, oh, it's just some hollow cards, but you never know. You go through the effort of grading them. You know what you'll find out if those grade 10 at PSA, which I think they will. So first of all, let me mention this. I don't know if I'd risk grading these at CGC. CGC will probably turn them into, first of all, let's check the back before we get all hypers. Yeah, they look clean on the back too. So CGC will probably turn these into 9.5s. That's still decent, but a PSA will probably cost a little more, but they also go for a little more as 10s. So you don't want a hollow card that's under 10 because people just won't accept that. You know what I mean? They're weird about it. But if you can grade these sequentially, these Dragonites, they'll be worth something. And you'll wait for PSA to open to do that, right? And then this Espeon, we're taking a little bit of a look at it. It's a little bit thinner on the bottom than the top. So you have a chance it's going to turn into a 9. It's looking like a 9 to me, okay? So the Espeon's probably going to be a 9. I'm willing to bet the 9 is $200. I'm going to look it up for you right now. We'll see. It might not be. So if you wanted to buy one right now, how much would it cost? Okay, so it's pretty close actually, but so there's one for 125 as a 9, but the next one is 200. So it's in the ball range, but I wish it was a bit more. All right, maybe it's more of a break-even scenario. All right, well, if only he wasn't off center, man. You pull such a hot card, and you require it to be a 10 too. You know what I mean? So tough. Well, Raphael, I think you have a chance to get all your money back on that pull after it grades. So you have to wait for it to grade first. And who knows, by then, maybe the card will have gone up in value, too. You know, because if it takes, like, let's say it takes half a year to get it back, maybe a little longer, by then, it might have gone up in value. All right. Whew. So, mister, how can I get you to ship my PSA slab that you keep forgetting to ship? Oh, do I have a PSA card I keep forgetting? Here, let me write it down, okay, Mr. Mosvara? So, mister. All right, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I wrote a note about it now, so that's pretty bad of me. I think I did that to Alex, too. I think Alex PSX, I keep forgetting one of his slabs. I don't know how it happens. There we go. That's a card that will hold its value or increase over in 5 years. I think so, too. It's been twice now that you forgot. I believe it, Mahasvara. I apologize, man. All right. Whew. After Raphael, we have Jack Gray, who says, 2 Eevee Heroes. All right, 2 Eevee Heroes. The good ones, right? Who's this? Jack Gray, right? Mr. Jack. He says, I want an Eevee Hero Snipe. Easy Snipes for Mr. Jack. Oh, well, not bad. That's an Umbreon V. I just find it funny. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I miss it. Probably I got it in a... I probably put it in a spot where I said, make sure this gets shipped next time. And then because it wasn't in the normal spot, it probably got missed. So, don't forget the freebies. The freebies! You are so right. So, hold on. Wait a second. Did we open one of these for Mr. Raphael? I don't think we did. We didn't open one of these for Raphael, right? So, he gets this one. This is Raphael's. Sorry about that. I did forget about it. So, Mr. Raphael, you have a shot for some kind of secret rare to pop out right now. We'll see what happens. Oh, look at that. You actually gave him a Celebi. That's actually very nice. So this is from Mr. David Muller, and it goes to Mr. Raphael. So, Raphael, we almost forgot about yours. Whoop. Hey, that's kind of nice. Kind of sweetens the pot. And this pack will now go to Mr. Jack Gray, and maybe it'll be a crazy snipe. It's possible. It's possible. Place this back up here. Oh, we were looking for Jack Gray's bag. That's what we were doing. Here's a Jackie Koo, Javier, Jedediah, Jack Gray. By the way, I got these 3 NBA Hoops packs that are open. Be a shame if somebody opened them. I accidentally sneaked the top of them. I'll just tape them back shut. Oh my God. All right, so here we go. Ah, the last one's cold. All right. Well, that's okay. That was a gift from Mr. David Muller. Thank you, Mr. David. And Mr. Jack Gray, you still get your Umbreon. So here's your Umbreon. Very nice. Now we have an order from Mr. Erky Kierberg. He says 1 Shining Fates. 1 Shiny Fates. Ooh, look at this shiny face. I'll take them now. I'll send the money now. Oh, you're talking about the NBA Hoops. All right, good luck, Mr. Oh, what's this? Rillaboom VMAX. Hyper Rare. Who's that for? Erky, you did well, man. That's a snipe. Holy. That is a snipe. Just open the hoops for me now. Says who? Says Mr. Dave Charmander. I suppose I could if you're really sending the payment. I don't see why I couldn't trust you. Let's see what's going on. So this is for Mr. David Muller. So we got Derek Flavors, Marcus, Andre, Lonnie, Darius, Josh Green, and Killian Hayes. So that's pack number 1. Oops. All right, here we are. And Darius, can we listen to a 1-hour loop of the Russian national anthem? Could I play the Russian national anthem and not get copyrighted? Here's Mitchell Robinson, Dwight Powell, Thomas, Jimmy, Will. Ooh, we have, who's this? Jason? Who's this? You got the Hoop Slam. By the way, why'd my music stop? My music shouldn't have stopped there. Joe Morant, that's what that is. What is going on here? There it goes. Huh, weird. The music just stopped, huh? All right, we've got Theo and Cole Anthony. He's my favorite. I'd rather listen to an hour loop of Scotland Forever. What is that? Is that their theme? Joe Mama? He changed his mind. What? All right, last pack. Last pack is Otto, Eric. Dave says, never mind, they sucked. I don't want them. Are you saying that now that they're open, you won't pay for them? No takesies, backsies. Danilo, Dylan, Emmanuel Quickly, Devin, and Anthony. Oh, he says, well, I'm joking. All right. I took you serious for a second there because that's exactly the behavior that we've seen in the past from other people. Not you, but we've seen that before in the past. They're like, all right, well, I don't want it anymore. I didn't like the polls. Here's Mr. Devin Vassell. Woohoo! All right, Mr. David. Let me go ahead and toss these into your bag. They did suck, but I was obligated. I let you cut the line. There we are. Mr. David, next time they'll be hot, I bet. All right, so let's see. We got to refresh. It's refresh time. Emily says, ew, sports. You got Joe Morando. Nah, he's taking them. They definitely didn't suck, says Joshua Klein. Oh, they were decent? They're saying they're decent, mister. All right, go ahead and load this up. It's all about the thrill of the chase. All right, here we are. Let's go and scroll down to here's Erky. So now we have an order from Mr. Shane Childers. He says 2 live customs. If I get something like packs, I'll need a new bag, but keep any fodder hollows. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's see. This is for Shane Childers. We got Grapplocked and Kakuna. Ah, I'm sorry, Mr. Shane. Shane, not this time. It is just 2 fodder hollows. I am sorry. Now we have Toro Teal Art and Design. 3 Sun and Moon base. Oh, Miss Toro Teal. Let's see what we got for you. 3 Sun and Moon base, huh? Oh, I'm scared for you. He just pulled that hyper rare Espeon. Snip. Now, on the other hand, he did have kind of a dry run of 10 packs before the Espeon, so maybe there is something in here. Who knows? Well, I see some shiny back there. You did get lucky. That is a full art Lurantis. All right, and the Lurantis, sadly, is better spaced, centered than the Espeon. Here's Pyukumaku. Too bad the Espeon was a bit thin on the bottom. And Crocodile, he's such a crook. All right, cool. Oh, not bad. That's right. You pick up this lovely Lurantis. And Toro Teal's bag is up here. It's a very large bag, in fact. Here we are, Miss Toro Teal. Got this empty pack. There we go. We'll go ahead and place this in here. Nice for 3 packs. Keep hollows, please. You telling me to keep them for myself? All right, there we go. I'm going to double bag you because your bag's getting so large. There we are. Woohoo! And now we have an order from Mr. Adam Vincent, who wants 1 Chilling Rain. Oh, Adam. Adam, you think you can snipe like Jack Gray? Mister, what boosters are you targeting at the moment? You mean like which ones do I open for myself? Or what do you mean by that? So you've got Tapu Fini Impact Energy. Oh, mister. And here's a code card and it's all bent up. Freaking bent up code cards? Who wants a bent up code card? So that is 1 Tapu Fini for Adam Vincent. Woohoo! And now we have an order for Rafael Aguilera. He says, Johnny Cash plays hurt in my head as I proceed to buy these cold packs. I'm eyeballing it, guessing that was 6 packs or so left in the count, so 6 more Sun and Moon base. Oh, Toro Teal sniped you, dude. Toro Teal for the snipe. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Toro Teal swept in and said, give me some of those Sun and Moons. Woo! Well, maybe there's something still in here. Let's find out. Probably a Lily, right? All right, you ready? Oh, man. She swooped in. She pounced. Snip. And snip. All right, set that to the side. You ready? Here goes. We got Skarmory. Caca. Here's a Brugzish. Oh, nice. There was a 3rd full art. That's crazy. These were hot, man. Professor Kui. Okay, we got Professor Kukui with the rainbow hat. You also pick up a Gumshoes. I know you've taken a favor toward Gumshoes. Okay, Gumshoes. And Shelder with that long tongue. Why do you think Misty has a Shelder? And Solgaleo. Woo! All right. Don't lie to me, mister, says Raphael. What? Lie to you about what? Bye. Apparently Gumshoes is the least liked Pokemon. No, he's the most popular. Everyone likes him. That's just what the haters say. I heard he was running for office in 2024. Or whatever it is. Excuse me. Dying over here. So, how many packs do I have left? Okay, give me a minute. I'll count them up. So, of Sun and Moon base, I have an enormous amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then a whole box over there. And then a whole case of them on my shelf. So I've got more than you could open. These packs that you're opening came out of blisters, though, okay? So it's not the same as like a booster box. So these particular packs were pretty good. And there's like a whole nother box of them over there. They're kind of like, let me show you what I mean by that. So I pre-opened them, and I got a whole nother box that looks like this. This used to be all the way full. This is what you cleaned out. So I have another box of these that came out of blisters, and then I have a whole fresh case of blisters as well. I think I do. I should. Do I? I should. I think I do. CNN stated Pearl Harbor was a mostly peaceful flyover. Mostly peaceful protest. Oh, man. Gumshoes is the 5th least liked Pokemon according to over 100,000 votes. Mister, what do you write down on applications when asking for your occupation? Oh, I had to do that one time for the hospital, actually, because they were trying to figure out how much money they can get from me. And I just write down, like, content creator, you know. It's actually not that wild of a job to have these days. A lot of people run YouTube channels and TikTok accounts and Instagrams and OnlyFans, and so a lot of people are making money this way, and yeah, it's not that unusual of a job anymore. I think maybe like five years ago even, it would have been more crazy. You're challenging me, mister. I buy Battle Style, says Cardoholics. Yeah, Mr. Raphael, I got plenty. You could go deep if you wanted to open a lot more. I know he's wanting that Lily card. When I fly to a new country, my declaration is stripper. So after that, we have an order from Mr. David who says 1 live custom. You got it. Oh, David, that was very lucky. That was, in fact, the Snipe. You were thinking maybe the next one would be the Snipe, and it was. It could have just been another cold one. You never knew. PSA 9, number 246. Now, what is that? What is that? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay. It is this guy right here. That is from Cosmic Eclipse. That is the Trainer Art Excadrill, PSA 9. Excadrill? What? That's not a hot e-girl. He looks pretty tough, though. Look at the look on his face. I think he'd punch you in the face if you talked wrong about his mama. Here you go, Mr. David. Yeah, these Trainer Art cards are surprisingly expensive. I think it's because people want to collect all of them. And there you go. Sweet. Well, you only got it on a single pull, so you did pretty good, though. Now, next up, we have Henry Jeffers, who says, are you still selling the shiny Sudowoodo? You know what, mister? I would be, but I don't even know where he is anymore. He got put away in some box, and he will be hard for me to go find. Jack Gray says, 1 Eevee and 1 Chilling Reign. All right, give me a second. Let me get some more Eevees. 1 Eevee. Can always trade for store credit. So 1 Eevee, 1 Chilling Reign. You guys ready for the double snipe? So this is going to be, this will be the alternative art Moltres that Toro Teal wants, and this will be Sylveon VMAX alternative art. You ready? By the way, what is the chase card out of the Eevee Heroes set? What's the most desired card from this set? Sudowoodo blending in as a tree somewhere. What? You ready? Nah, that's just a bonnet. Gotta wait for the right time. Yeah. Well, and you never know, because you and another person might have decided to have the same idea to jump in, and he might have got in first. Or maybe it was the next pack and he picks it up. So you never really know who else is watching that box. Bonnet! I'm sorry, Mr. Jack. That's a cold one. The most value on Eevee Heroes is alternative art, Umbreon VMAX. All right, very cool. Good to know that. Now we have Urki Kierberg, 2 Chilling Reign. And can you show me my bag, says Urki. I probably could do that for you. Here we are. So here's your 2 packs. Ooh, 2 packs of Chilling Reign. Where do I buy my cards? I buy them with the Blue Light Special. That's how I get the good prices. Blue Light Special, are you listening? I get them at kmart.com. And so if you go to kmart.com and become a member and you wait for the Blue Light Special, you get all the Pokemon cards for half off. So that's how I get my Pokemon cards. Here's cast form. I'm sorry, Mr. Urki. These were some pretty cold pulls. kmart.com. Don't miss out. Get on there and create a membership today. Flannery, Togekiss, Clefable. Okay, so those are all holos. Now here's what you have. You've got Rillaboom, Galarian Slowking. This extremely valuable Flannery. I imagine that's a popular card. Centiskorch, Morpeko, some code cards, and Togekiss. Are we about to Togekiss? There you go. Not bad at all today for your pulls. You did extremely well on that one order where you like triple sniped. It was insane. Please open 3 Chilling Reign, says Dennis. All right, I'm doing it. 3 Chilling Reign booster boxes, all for me. And now refreshing. How is Kmart? Is Kmart ever going to go out of business? I wonder if they're going to stay in business. They're on their last legs. Toys R Us is still in business, right? Toys R Us, they like closed down all their locations, but they have like some experimental locations, right? Something like that. Toys R Us isn't like dead. Also, what if Blockbuster ever came back? Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if Blockbuster will ever see itself coming back to something. I'd love to see the Blockbuster logo again, you know? They ought to start something with that. Somebody ought to just buy the logo because it's such a nostalgic logo. Blockbuster has stuck around. You know, some sort of, I don't know, some sort of video production company, they could like offer to buy the brand and then they could slap the brand on whatever it is they're working on. Okay, I can see, I think another order came in. Let me go ahead and refresh. We are nearly done, guys. You do Toys R Us online, really? Kmart is cranking in Australia. Still sucks, though. There's still a Blockbuster in Oregon. Yeah, or Oregon. Yeah, I've heard about that. That makes it onto YouTube, and it makes it on the news all the time, doesn't it? Because it's such a cool thing. Now, after Urki, we have Adam Vinzen, 1 maximum gold Yugi. I'm starting to play it with Jack Gray. He's playing the sniping game, and he's going to win. He's determined. Believe it. I'm going to be Hokage. Dude, Blockbuster coming back would be huge. Well, I've talked about it before. Even though their business model is bad, their brand is excellent. Everyone remembers Blockbuster. Everyone has good memories of Blockbuster. They just need to find a product they can sell and, you know, attach the label to it, and then, you know, it'll go. Cyber Dragon and Martial Metal Marcher. Now, of course, Blockbuster is known for offering rental videos. They need to get somewhere in that business. You know, they need to get on Netflix. They need to get, I don't know, you know what I mean? You could have like a, it's hard to say. I don't know what exactly they could do, but if they just found some product to slap their brand onto, people would probably love it. So that is for our friend Adam Vinzen. You pick up the Cyber Dragon and Martial Metal Marcher. Wasn't there a rumor of Blockbuster opening a streaming service? Yeah, like even a small competing streaming service, if they got the Blockbuster brand, it would probably, you know, it would immediately have like brand recognition. God, I hate this song. This song is way too slow. What is this? It's called Paladin Quest. Skipping ahead. All right. Whew. That song's way too like whiny or something. The one that was playing. I think I've heard it too many times too. That takes it out of you. David Muller says 1 XY Evo. You got it, Mr. David Muller. Kmart prices are crazy. Blockbuster, buy. That's right. I'm investing in Blockbuster. Dude, if you could invest in Blockbuster, Blockbuster would definitely be another meme stock. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, I opened it backwards. That's why. Oh, what's that? That could be Charizard right there. We don't know. Oh, what? Oh, it's Charmeleon. No! Charmeleon strikes again. Oh, Charmeleon, why do you play with my heart? I'm going to go cry. He does this all the time. You think you got a Charizard, you've got a Charmeleon instead. I'm sorry, Mr. David. Let me go ahead and grab your bag. That happens all the time. All right, he's still cool. And we are ready for one more refresh. Blockbuster should make a streaming service to take on Netflix. Sadly, Blockbuster never coming back. No, but I mean, like, the brand could be sold to anyone. Like, maybe Netflix would buy the Blockbuster brand. I don't know. I should have bought the XY Evos to go with my Reverse Charmander. True. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to stop making orders now, okay? We're done taking orders. Just pick up whoever stragglers are. We have an order from J. Manuel. What's up, man? He wants 3 Eevee Heroes. Oh, Mr. Manuel. No more orders, guys. No more orders. It won't be Blockbuster. It's like Vine to TikTok. Nah, Blockbuster is bigger than Vine, though. Blockbuster was a bigger phenomenon than just Vine. Vine popped around. It was popular. It was memey. It was fun. It was cool. Went away. It was kind of sad. And then TikTok popped up, and it was a big deal, right? So TikTok, it surpasses and replaces Vines. And I don't know what'll happen to the Vines brand, if it'll ever make a comeback. I don't think it will. But Blockbuster was a larger phenomenon, in my opinion. That's why everyone likes it so much. Blockbuster is like Century 21. It will always have value. Whoever owns it will forever be a millionaire. Yeah, in my opinion, because it was so culturally strong, even though it has no product to sell right now, everyone knows it, you know, and that's there's definitely a big value to that. It's just a question of how do you get the value out of it? That's the question. So I don't know what they're doing with that brand. That'd be an interesting thing to do a little research on. J. Manuel, here's your bag. Wow, you got a fat bag, man. Mr. J. Manuel, anytime you want to ship, just make a message in the Please Ship channel. We'll get you sent out, okay? So you got plenty of cards. I could send them your way. If you were born in the late 80s or early 90s, Blockbuster was a huge part of your childhood. Yeah, really it was. You didn't have that many video games, guys. Video games back in the 80s and 90s. There were video games. Sega was a big deal. Nintendo was a big deal. PC gaming, not as much. You know, it was a little bit. But you didn't play games all day. It wasn't a lifestyle back then yet. Maybe for a few kids it was, and they were nerds, right? Like I played all day. I was pretty nerdy. But you were looked at like you were funny back then. Nobody played games for a career. But you know what everyone did do? Everyone watched TV and everyone watched movies. And that was it. That was entertainment back then. Video games were not like the core entertainment for your family. So your family watched movies, and you, the brother, would sometimes have like a Game Boy and a Nintendo or something like that, right? So, but movies were like family entertainment. And it was all you did. There was nothing else. You know, there was no social media. There was no YouTube at all. There was no Netflix, no YouTube. You had cable television. Some people had satellite at some point, but even before then, nobody really had satellite. You just had Blockbuster. So it was a huge deal, and it's so shocking that it went out of business in the first place. But on top of that, you know, the brand, in my opinion, the brand remains very strong all this time later. So I'm going to go ahead and do another refresh. Yeah, Blockbuster was so down. It's like McDonald's. You know, you love McDonald's, right? If McDonald's went out of business this year, you'd be shocked, first of all. You'd be like, what happened to McDonald's? But 20 years from now, you'd still be going, remember McDonald's? So that's how Blockbuster is today. It was such a huge part of everyone's life back then because it was all you did. Can you post some more TikTok videos soon, please? Because they are entertaining. Yeah, you know, I need to focus on getting more of those made. I'm always so tired after the live stream, but I really have to make more. Then I start hanging out with my wife, and she's all like, ooh, you want to go get crazy? So let's see, we've got Mr. J. Manuel's taking care of. Luis Barrera wants 1 Eevee Heroes. You got it, Mr. Luis Barrera. No more orders, okay, guys? We're just wrapping up. This is for Mr. Lewis. Yeah, there was no YouTube. I remember when YouTube came out. People started talking about it. Did you know YouTube was kind of made out of the same team that made PayPal? Did you know that, guys? It was the same group. So the group that made PayPal, they went on to work on YouTube. And it was a huge success, right? Obviously. And YouTube was not originally owned by Google. Google later acquires YouTube. So YouTube used to be its own thing for a long time. It was very different back then. You couldn't just like become monetized. You had to like request monetization, and they would like choose winners and losers basically back then. So it was a long time ago. But yeah, there was a time when YouTube wasn't, it was there, but nobody was really using it. And then it was like some stupid cat or dog video would go viral on YouTube, and you'd get a YouTube in your email, right? You'd get your Yahoo email, you'd get like a YouTube video, and you're, oh, YouTube, it hosts videos, wow. But it wasn't a replacement for television because there wasn't that many content creators back then. You know, content creators couldn't work full-time on videos because they weren't getting paid to work full-time on videos. So you weren't making money off of your videos. And there wasn't that much good content because of that. So times have really changed over the last 10 years. It's crazy because like 1870s, I'm watching this Laura Ingalls Little House on the Prairie TV show with my wife. It's like her secret, the thing she enjoys to watch, whatever they call I can't remember the word for that. Somebody remind me of the idiom of that. What do they call that? The thing you like to do, but you don't like to tell people that you like to do it. Oh, anyways, she likes to watch that show, and I watch it with her, and it's from the 1870s, and guilty pleasure. Thank you, Toratio. You probably told me that last time. Guilty pleasure. So it's like a guilty pleasure of her. She says that watching it and wishing that the world was still that way is like LARPing or something like that, whatever that is. But yeah, so that's a guilty pleasure of hers, watching some old TV show, Little House on the Prairie, because it's so wholesome, which is the complete opposite of the way the world is now. Everything's like sex, 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 and money and fame and conflict and outrage, and Little House on the Prairie is like it's like a 360 complete or 180 complete opposite of that. So we'll be watching that, and it's like 1870s. You die of diarrhea. You die of diarrhea. We just watched an episode where a woman gets cancer, and she just dies of cancer, and her children are left behind, and that's it. That's it for the kids. The dad's already dead. The mom gets cancers in her like 30s. And then she's dead, and the children have no family. So we just watched an episode like that, and I'm thinking like, wow, things are so easy now. The whole world is so different now. You got all this YouTube and television, and we can do so much with medicine and technologies everywhere. Humans evolved like over millions of years. We evolved. And then like in the span of the last maybe like 25 years, our whole society and world has changed because of technology. And it just, you know, blows your mind out when you think about it too much. It's really crazy. Well, anyways, I'm ranting. Henry Jeffers says, new chair yet? Nope, we're still using the bad chair. New chair will be any day now, right? And let me go ahead and refresh one last time. What if heart disease comes from saying you're scared back then of being sick, so you get scared and die even though it was a little sickness? Yeah, I have no idea. Well, yeah, oh man. That show's so dark, by the way. Little House on the Prairie. Little House on the Prairie. I didn't think I'd like it. I was just hanging out with my wife watching it, but like they got some good episodes sometimes. Episodes that sort of examine problems that are still really relevant today. Like, to give you a concept of Little House on the Prairie, it's surprisingly dark. There was this one episode that begins with the guy. It shows like this, it's like this mom dog, and she's got her baby pups, and they're breastfeeding, and it looks real cute. And this farmer, he walks up to the dogs, grabs the puppies like he doesn't give a shit about them. He tosses them in a brown sack, drops a rock in the sack, twists the bag shut, and then throws it in a lake to drown the puppies. No explanation is given. Maybe he just didn't like those particular puppies. Maybe he's a dog killer. That was the opening of one of their episodes, and I'm like, holy shit, Jesus Christ, dude. I was so surprised by the level of like darkness that was at, because the show, on the other hand, seems to be so relaxed and from an older time, like the 1970s. But yeah, the show just starts with him drowning puppies. Yeah, that's Little House on the Prairie, says Joshua's like, what show is that? That's Little House on the Prairie from the 1970s. And again, the whole reason we're watching is because my wife enjoys how it's like from an older era when there's not so much like sexuality on TV and not so dark, but it's so dark anyways. Well, anyways, I think we're all done for the night, and I'm just ranting. I had a lot of fun, guys. Sorry for starting 2 hours late. A lot of you guys were still hanging out anyways. And we're going to be back on tomorrow, I'm sure. And we're going to have that CGC return tomorrow, so I hope you guys will come and see that. And it'll continue to give you guys an idea of how tough the grading is with the CGC. I've seen the grades, and I'll be showing you guys tomorrow. By the way, we have one order from Jack Gray for 2 Eevee Heroes. All right, so this is for Jack Gray, and it is the last order of the night. Mr. Jack. Snip. Jack, this is definitely the Umbreon Alternative VMAX. Cold, and oh, you did it! You got the Leafeon! Woo! All right, that is the last order of the night. You guys have a good night. Morning. It's like 5:23 where I'm at, so 6:30 in New York. See you guys later.